I've already paid it.
All right. All
Nothing
right.
to worry
All
about
right.
there. I already
All right.
got it
Good.
solved. Yep.
Good. Okay.
Just paid it a couple hours ago.
The rest of you pay your rent and happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yes.
Another a cool $1.5 million. There's at 1.9. Anyway, goes into the savings account of one Bobby Bonilla,
Yep.
former New York Met, and we want to thank Bobby Bonilla for having this day. 1.19. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Every July 1st.
And they've been buying them out since 2000. I think it said, which is
I don't think it
insane.
ever runs out. Maybe it does in 2035.
Wow. Isn't that
And
insane?
by the way, 62-year-old Bobby Bonilla continues to live the good life. The good life. Yes, it is until July 1st, 2035.
Wow. Man. I mean, that sounds like Jeffrey money right there. I mean, 1.9 million to sit there, probably talk sports all day and crack jokes.
I don't think he talks sports at all. I think he.
You don't think he does?
No. He's Bobby Bonilla. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he doesn't. It just sounds like Jeffrey.
He's out on the golf course somewhere.
Oh.
He's compressing the golf ball somewhere.
Compressing.
Yeah, compressing the golf ball somewhere. A lot of stuff happening in the NBA, NBA free agency, and I know you're excited because there's just been a veritable cornucopia, Harris, of moves, and it's exciting because everything is happening all at once. It seems like the Bucks have made some moves, the Rockets have made some moves, the Lakers have this new rookie on the team, LeBron James, who has opted in. It looks like SGA has broke the bank for the NBA, agreeing to an extension that is the highest in the NBA in the history of the NBA.
Yep. I mean, the NBA, it's crazy because a role player in the NBA, D'Angelo Russell, just made, I think, signed a contract with the Mavericks worth like $14 million per year, I want to say.
Wow.
It might be him, actually. No, it was D'Angelo Russell's $14 million in total. But think about this for 2 years. Austin Matthews, who's one of the best players in the NHL, makes like $15 million per year. So to show you how much the salary cap in the NBA has grown, it is insane.
I just don't know how these guys have. I have said it before. I don't know how these governors can afford this this type of stress on these teams financially.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I don't understand it either. But how they make their money is just tons of social media and clicks. And while they don't make, the NBA isn't close to the NFL domestically. It might be even lower tier than the MLB domestically after the ratings coming out. Oh yeah, after the ratings coming out of the World Series compared to the NBA Finals. But internationally is where the NBA makes their money. Like the presence that they have in China is insane. In Europe, it's really, really growing. Africa, they have a presence. Central America, even. Like, think about the NBA. Is it's so global now that you have all these countries keeping track of it and watching, and it is bringing them so much money. They're playing the Gen Z game.
Yeah.
They're playing the social media game, and it's leading to this massive, massive rise in the salary cap.
Did you say the NBA is huge in China?
Massive in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, because every time I see somebody going to China from the NBA, it's always just people are just surrounding, or they're just crowding to get in to see this person. So
yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, China, Japan, kind of Japan, but yeah, mostly China.
We are going to talk some NBA free agency coming up here on the show. I'm not talking about the Diamondbacks just yet. The Knicks did an interesting thing in their search for a head coach. I'm glad you added this to the document because I saw this earlier and I was like, should I or shouldn't I put it on there?
I did.
Anyway,
I did.
we got people coming out of retirement in the NFL so they can play on a different team. We've got a couple of discussions, a whole lot to do here on the Daily Blender today. And you are just riding right along with us. Snakes got swept over the weekend. But last night, young Triple H,
Yes,
the
Randy.
Snakes broke that against the second place team in the National League West, the San Francisco Gigantes, which I don't know. I'm sorry. I keep going back into my Spanish language. I'm not very fluent in Spanish, but I try. I could speak a little, but I've got this side hustle I'm doing that requires me to speak Spanish. So I'm trying to get that Babbel program on my phone. But anyway, the Giants were in town last night, as they are tonight. And the Diamondbacks, 4-2 winners over the Giants at Bank One Ballpark. By the way, I don't call it Chase Field, Triple H.
What do you call it?
Bank One Ballpark.
Oh, what it used to be.
It will always be Bank One Ballpark. It will, in my mind, it will never change. I will take it until they cover me with the brown blanket and I close my eyes for the final time. It will always be the Bank One Ballpark.
Chase Field is too corporate. I've always thought that.
Thank you.
It sounds like there's a bank and there happens to be a field in it.
Right?
You know, it doesn't hit home. Like Dodger Stadium. That hits home. Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Those are like, we're going to watch some bit. Chase Field feels like I'm going to a networking event. Randy.
Yep. It does.
I'm with you.
It really does. I don't like it at all. Bank One Ballpark gives me visions of trees, sunshine, birds singing, kids playing. The grass is green. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
More like a park rather than a office.
Yeah, rather than an office. And there was a lot to like from the Diamondbacks against the Giants. I mean, we'll talk about them getting swept, but Ryan Nelson's been really, really solid lately. He has picked it up. These last few games, his ERA is sitting at like in the threes. He went 6.2 innings, 2 runs, 2 of them earned, 7 Ks, gave up just 5 hits and 0 walks. So had a whip of like doing some math here. That's like 0.86. So
he had an amazing game going into the 7th inning. And Lovello chose to come out and yank him right out of the ball game.
There we go.
Now, okay, I know there were runners on second and third.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be runners. This is a baseball game. The Giants are trying to win, and there was no signs of him struggling. I watched the game. He looked as fresh as a daisy.
Yeah.
You're a daisy if you do. That's from a movie. I don't think you'll know. Anyway,
for the expression.
He only gave up 2 earned runs. He didn't walk anybody over 6 2/3. 6 2/3.
He's shown great command. Like Ryan Nelson that has been a thing with him, is he went back and he worked that out and he improved that in the offseason because he was throwing a lot of walks. This year he has not. He's been hitting the strike zone and hitting it efficiently. So that's been Diamondbacks, man. They're pitching. The downward area of the rotation is going to be huge. That 3, 4, and 5, especially without Burns and whatever has happened with Zach Gallen. They need some depth in the pitching. And so Ryan Nelson, that's going to be huge for them.
I think what you said about noticing the arm angle of Zach Gallen is going to be, I think that is something that maybe Kaplan has fiddled around with and ruined Zach Gallen.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't know. But anyway, it was a good game. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. homered in the game. We beat Webb, who had coming in. He had a low 2 ERA. He's been lights out. He is 7-6 for the Giants, but that doesn't tell you the full story on this guy.
Logan Webb
is one of their aces on that team, and their bullpen. When you see the bullpen, Rodriguez a 0.74 ERA when he comes in.
Yeah.
And then Ty Rogers comes in, and he's got a 1.79 ERA, and the Diamondbacks still win the game. Well, that's saying something right now. Last night was indeed a game I would say, that we've been looking for all year. This is the way the Diamondbacks were supposed to play.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching was supposed to protect and get them late into games. Although 6 2/3 is not late for me, but it's better. The bullpen was supposed to shut down the opponent, as they did last night. And our offense scored runs. They scratched out 4 runs, but you're exactly right. Ryan Nelson was dominant with his fastball. He had great command of his pitches, and
his velo's up.
They should have left him in.
Yeah.
I don't care. But anyway, we go on. Tonight is the night. Diamondbacks against the Giants again. 6:40 game time. Plenty of good tickets still available.
Yeah. I mean, it's an important one for Arizona because, for the roller coaster season that they've had, they're still like 5 games from the Padres for being second in the NL West. And 5 games, it just takes a week.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. So
yeah. It was good to see the Diamondbacks scratch and claw, but that comes on the heels of that miserable meltdown this weekend. I can't say that was all on the Diamondbacks because the Marlins are playing good ball. I think that the Diamondbacks can't be blamed for that. I mean, the Marlins just owned the Diamondbacks over the weekend. There wasn't anything that the Diamondbacks could do. Well, they had command of a couple of games.
Yeah.
If the bullpen would have stood tall, I think the Diamondbacks could have ended up helping this team not allow the fish to come in here and just rule. Mm-hmm. But they did what they did. Yeah. The fans are getting tired, from what I can see, of Lovello's bullpen usage.
Yeah.
As he came in last night, according to AZ Central, he came in the 7th inning there, and he was trying to save, quote unquote, more injuries to his pitching staff, Ryan Nelson being one of them, and they had the tying runs on base. Nelson's result and command had begun to waver a bit, but you got to give this kid a chance, build some of his confidence. And the fans there at Banquet Ballpark started booing as soon as he started doing the elephant walk out to the mound to remove Ryan Nelson and go to this much beleaguered bullpen of the Snakes. What do you think about that, Triple H?
Well, looking at the 3 games against the Marlins, we're going to go over this here. Quick cliff notes. Merrill Kelly, 3 earned runs in 5 innings. The bullpen, 4 innings, 4 runs. Brandon Pfaadt, game 2, 2 earned runs in 5 innings. The bullpen, 4 innings, 4 runs. Erod, 1 earned run in 5 innings. What does the bullpen do? 4 innings, 4 runs. Are you noticing a theme here? We're no math geniuses, Randy.
No.
Nor do we claim to be.
I have never said math was a good thing.
Not your thing, not Jeffrey's thing, but
No.
we can notice what pattern this is here, which is the bullpen is giving up a heck of a lot of runs. And something there has to, it was Jalen Beeks in games 2 and game 3 gave up like 0.2 innings, gave up 6 earned runs.
Well, you got to feel bad for him though. He's a youngster.
Yeah.
He's not an old man. He's not an old veteran.
No.
Jalen Beeks is a youngster, and for him to do in just 2/3 of an inning to give up 6 earned runs, that's catastrophic right there.
Yeah, it was across 2 games. He is a youngster, and some thought maybe he shouldn't be in there. People are trying. You could see Torrey's just scratching and clawing for different rotations. The starting pitching staff has struggled. The bullpen has struggled. The offense, which has taken a lot of heat this year, has been fantastic. Like they are top 5 in the MLB in ER and earned runs per game. The Diamondbacks in this series, despite losing at home, by the way, which is never a good sign, had 6.3 runs per game in these 3 games, Randy. So you've got to look at the pitching staff. But the starters, I listed them out. They weren't that bad. So when you're getting 6.3 runs per game and your starters, I'm not going to say dealing, but are putting up solid performances, the odds are that in the game of baseball in general, that you're going to win. Okay, your starting pitcher gets through, does a good job, and your offense rakes. Already, awesome. You should win at least 2 out of 3 of those. They won 0 out of 3.
they had a chance in two of those three games.
Mm-hmm.
The starting pitching was not bad at all. And again, Torey Lovullo chose to come pull the starter out of the game, go to the bullpen. I mean, I think that's the worst mistake you can make. Let's go to the text line at 888-368-1580, and let's talk about some of these weird texts. So from yesterday at 4:34, somebody at 7038 says, what does the Royals record need to be in July for this team not to become sellers? Who was he texting?
I don't know who he was texting, but the Royals, I don't think they're sellers at all. They've got a lot of good young talent and a lot of good young talent. And, I mean, Witt, Caglione's only going to get better. I mean, I don't see why Kansas City would be sellers. What would be their record? I'd say they'd have to win 80 games. The ceiling isn't that high there. Not that high.
Diamondback Dude says, you guys are back on the air. I was worried when I tuned in yesterday and heard Mexican ranchera music instead. No, that
was
not Mexican ranchera music.
Jeffrey's Vacation, perhaps?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know if it was. Maybe it accidentally leaked on there. Turned the Comrex on accident.
Wise Guy says, I'm suspicious of Harris. Nobody gets the flu in June and July. The virus does not spread during the summer. Are you sure it wasn't something else?
Look, I told the same thing. I thought the same thing to the doctors, but here we are. So I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I was suspicious too. That's all I got to say.
Firefarter says, Randy, I'm glad to see you running the show today. I recently got engaged. Can I get a huzzah?
Get a huzzah?
It's a thing that we do. Let me see here. Huzzah. Firefarter, here you go.
Huzzah.
There you go.
Okay.
Hope that made you. Don Hicks, dad of Harris, says, how about the big NHL draft pick born in China that moved to Toronto when he was 12? I don't know anything about it. Do you?
I don't. No.
Don will have to check into that.
Yeah.
I'll check into that. And,
we'll check in, Dad.
That sounds very interesting. Grand Mariner says, for your information, Harris, there are Chase Bank ATMs at Chase Field, so the name is appropriate, not ATM fees either. Grand Mariner, let me protect Triple H here. I'm the guy that doesn't like the Chase because it's too sterile. It's too big bank to me.
Right.
It's not like Bank One Ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you hear the difference?
Family.
Grand Mariner, you hear the difference? Mr. Wilbur texts out one. He's the last one before the break. Yes, Jeff's gone. A great time to make it a block party country music Tuesday. Let me stop you right there. That's not going to happen. Sorry, Mr. Wilbur. I mean, you keep trying. Enjoy the try, Mr. Wilbur. Yeah, but we can't do the country and the Western here on the show. I'm an aficionado of country and Western.
Makes two of us.
However, anyway, our names are not on the show like Jeffrey's.
Yep.
His are in big capital letters in bold font. Ours are kind of like off to the side,
right?
Smaller font,
right?
Light,
very
kind of a lightweight font.
You have like a very average font, and mine is like size 1.
Well,
just like
I don't know that yours is a size. Anyway,
spec. Yeah.
We got more to talk about. We got more stuff to do with the Diamondbacks. Of course, Big George is on the text line, and he wants to talk about it. We will talk about it, including some NBA stuff that's happening as we speak. We will talk some sports right around the corner here on the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
All systems go.
Listen to our live stream on your phone at 1580thefanatic.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone. now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Discover the 4th of July sale at Target. Save 20% on clothing and swimwear for women, select cookies with Target Circle, and up to 50% off Sun Squad sporting goods. Get ready for a fireworks-worthy celebration with patriotic cookies, fun sports gear, and of course, spectacular fits. The deal's end July 5th, so hurry and get 20% off apparel, select cookies with Target Circle, and 50% off Sun Squad sports gear, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Life is full of bright moments, but sometimes those moments can seem too far away. Trained and caring crisis specialists in Arizona can assist you with any situation, big or small. Free and confidential help is only one text away, day or night. Text the word HOPE to 4HOPE. That's HOPE to 44673. These moments matter, and so do you. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
This is fire.
actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
2025 NASCAR Championship Weekend.
October 31st through November 2nd. Experience the thrill of NASCAR racing
At Phoenix Raceway.
October 31st, it's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. November 1st, it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. And it all culminates with the NASCAR Cup Series Championship on Sunday, November 2nd. This event will sell out.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com for more.
Don't miss the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway.
Get your tickets now.
We know how you feel. There's nothing better than a fall afternoon, an order of wings and a nice cold brew, and football. This fall, the Fanatic is your source for high school, college, and NFL football action. The high school game of the week on Friday nights, top-line NCAA action on Saturdays, and the NFL primetime games. When it comes to football, we have you covered. We're 1580 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Taco Tuesday. American style, baby.
That's right.
Of course, Friday is July 4th, and I hope everybody is planning something great. It is the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic. Going back, talking some Diamondbacks baseball. I have to warn you, it's going to be Diamondbacks baseball this whole first hour because there's a lot going on, and we're entering a very critical period for the Diamondbacks where either they get right or they get left.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is they're either buyers or sellers at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And is there enough proof for this team to be buyers at the deadline? Is there enough proof that with a few moves, a few solid moves, will that make us contenders for the wild card spot? Right now, we're not going to win the West. Dodgers are just winning over and over every day, and I know Ralph's probably listening and going, "Yeah, baby," but I mean, let's just face it. I already said that going into the season, Dodgers were the team to beat in the NL in the West.
Yeah.
Right now, I think they have the best record in baseball.
Oh, yeah. World Series favorite for a reason. I mean, and their pitching staff is hurt.
Friday night, you have a Marlins team that comes rolling into town.
Yep.
You're going against one of your better starting pitchers, someone that's been a little more consistent this season. He's 7-4 with a 3.49 ERA. That is Merrill Kelly.
Yeah.
Merrill Kelly has the lead. It's 1-0 in the third, and then he loses the lead. Now it's 2-1. Then the Diamondbacks come back and they battle back in the fifth. They score 3 runs, and then actually the Marlins score 2 runs, and then the Diamondbacks answer back, and they scored 3 runs. But guess what happens, ladies and gentlemen, as it always does?
What is that?
In a game where you think the Diamondbacks are in it, Bum, 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 bum. Here comes the elephant walk from Torey Lovello.
Mm,
And in the
Man.
5th inning, after giving up just 6 hits,
yeah.
3 earned runs, 2 unearned runs because they had 2 errors that cost him 2 runs. He brings in Juan Murillo. And guess in 1 inning, Juan Murillo gives up yet another run. It's an earned run. Then in the next inning, he brings out Ginkel. Ginkel has 3 Ks, which, by the way, we need to stop there with for a short moment and pat him on the back. He went down to the minor leagues, and since coming back,
He's been
Kevin
good.
Ginkel is a different man.
Yeah, he is. He's the only reliever that has been of service these last few days. He is truly that. And hey, he fixed some things. Maybe his arm angle, I'll have to see about his velocity and all that. But like
Don't you mean
sometimes that's what
velo?
you need, or velo, as the kids say, Randy.
As
like
the
for
kids
Dick,
say.
right?
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes that's
velo.
what you need is a minor league stint to get right, just to shake it off, And hey, maybe Kevin Ginkel needed that.
Kevin Ginkel did a wonderful job in his 1 inning of work. And again, why wouldn't you run him out there for the next inning? Why? Let's bring in Tay Scott. And let's see what he can do in 2 innings of work with a 6.66 ERA.
Yep.
9-8 final score. Now let's move on to the next day in Diamondbacks baseball against the Marlins. That would be on Saturday, I believe. After the Friday meltdown, let's go to Saturday and see what happens here. Oh yes, the Diamondbacks were once again in the game, having it was a 5-1 lead going into the 6th. Then the Diamondbacks add another. Now it's 6-1. And what happened? 6-1.
Yep.
We went and got Brandon Pfaadt in the 5th inning, who had only given up 2 runs, earned runs.
He pitched a really good game.
7 Ks. He gave up 2 earned runs, and he smattered 5 hits through his 5 innings.
Miami had, was it 5 runs in the 8th, I believe?
Let's see here.
That is, my goodness gracious. I mean, this
bullpen. Brandon Pfaadt comes in the 5th. He goes out, and then we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers. Guess how many pitchers the Marlins used in their game?
Oh man, probably 3, 4.
3.
That's what most teams do.
Yeah.
This type of, oh man. I mean, that NFL team when they're out there using 3 quarterbacks instead of 1. That's when it's like, no, they don't have 3 options. There's 0 options, right? That's what's happening in the bullpen right now. Is the Diamondbacks don't have their setup man. And
Diamondbacks lose again. Yeah.
But can you blame? But how much of this blame can you really put on Torey, Randy?
Oh, I put 100% on Torey.
Really? Because he has been dealt not the greatest hand. I mean, Martinez getting hurt, Puck getting hurt. It's not like this bullpen was efficiently sought out in the offseason. It wasn't efficiently handled because, yes, the Diamondbacks spent a lot of money.
All right,
you got to think of how.
I put 95% on Torey. I give 5% to Mike Hazen.
Okay.
Mike Hazen went out and got Corbin Burns.
Yeah.
Mike Hazen had a great lineup of starting pitching. Mike Hazen had guys in the bullpen that he felt like, although they weren't like world killers, these were guys that were going to be capable of keeping this team in games, and they have failed. And I don't know if it's the guys, I don't know if it's the training, I don't know if it's the coaching, but I do feel like it is the coaching and the way that they're using these guys. Yeah. He brings in Eduardo Rodriguez to pitch in the 3rd game against the Fish. Mm-hmm. He gives up 4 hits, a 1 earned run. Okay. strikes out 6, and what do you think happened?
Bum, ba-dum,
Yep.
ba-dum,
Here he came. Here he
Yeah.
came.
Yeah.
He brought in Thompson.
Did I sound like
who,
you there?
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he brought in Backus. And then Beeks came in and got shelled.
Yeah.
And then John Curtis came in and had a clean inning.
Beeks was hard to watch. Like you said, a young guy wasn't necessarily deserving of being put in that situation either. Like his time was probably coming in the future. But man, I mean, look, Randy, here's the thing about the Diamondbacks. Your 3 starters against the Marlins have a 3.6 ERA, right? That's good. And you have 6.3 runs per game as a team on the offense. So the starters played well. And along with that, the offense was great. What's the issue then? How will you possibly lose? The bullpen. So what happened was in the offseason with Kendrick and Hazen and Torrey, they didn't properly examine this issue.
No, I think they did. I think they did.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they did. And I think they felt like, and they've made some adjustments to this bullpen. Like I said, they're not world beaters. They're guys that are supposed to come in and they're supposed to do their jobs and be able to stop, an inning or go in for long relief or shut down a game. When they brought in Shelby Miller again, I firmly believe they thought he was going to be the closer. And he's not been used as the closer, but in, maybe 24 games.
Yeah.
He hasn't been used like a closer.
Yeah.
He's not treated like a closer. He's not called the closer. This is another one of those, we're going to close by committee, and use our saber metrics to determine who's the best closer for any given situation. And I'm sorry, that's not baseball. It's not baseball.
So, Randy, question arises now with the Diamondbacks sitting at a very average 500. Do you see them as sellers or do you see them as, no, we're going to stick this out and try to win a championship?
Well,
this is bad. It's a bad luck spell. We're going to wait on these people to heal, and we're going to continue with these assets.
I think they have painted themselves into a corner, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I think that there's an opportunity with a very young, exciting, fast, good hitting ball club that can be a dangerous ball club.
Yeah.
But I don't think it. And Torey Lovullo seems like the nicest guy in the whole world.
Yep.
He really does. He cares about people. We saw his compassion for his players.
He is a nice
with the
guy.
whole Cattell Marte thing.
100%.
He gives to the community that he's here, while he's here in the Valley, and he has for many years. He's a guy that is a well-spoken man. He seems to be a thinking man. He seems to be a man that loves the game of baseball. I just don't agree with the way he's using the bullpen. Bring a guy in for 2/3 of an inning. You see what he's trying to do is he's trying to get pitching and hitting matchups.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work. It hasn't worked since he's been here.
Yeah.
Moist One wants to point out to us on the text line, Beeks is not a young guy. He's in the 6th year of pro ball, 7th if you count a year lost to Tommy John. Okay, my bad. I thought he was a young dude. Sorry, Moist One, and thanks for being here to the show. But the issue I see is Torey Lovullo is not the right guy to manage this team.
Yeah.
I think they need an older veteran guy, but Torey Lovullo's got a friend in the front office. His name is Mike Hazen.
Yeah, and they're very reportedly close as well. It's a bummer, man, because this team, the hardest part of this team is you watch and you see the ceiling. If it was like the Colorado Rockies, you're just like, yeah, it is what it is. This is one of the 5 best offenses in the MLB. This offense is killing it. And this is the deepest lineup Arizona's probably ever had, even deeper than their World Series run. That's the bummer about this is like, man, this can be really good. And putting together a lineup like that, man, that can be hard.
But who did you have to coach that World Series team? You had Bob Brenly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to talk about when we come back. What has Torey Lovullo brought the state of Arizona, and what has he brought to the Diamondbacks? And is he capable of moving forward with this team?
Yeah.
Or is it time to move on from him and maybe the general manager?
Yeah.
We'll take a text from Big George on the text line, and we'll get your thoughts too at 888-368-1580. It's the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
Get our free app and listen to the Daily Blender everywhere you go. Get it today, wherever you get your favorite apps.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Pour Downy in the rinse straight. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
1580, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender on this Taco Tuesday, American style. July 4th is Friday. There will not be a show on Friday. Jeffrey O'Brien out of town. He'll be back on Monday. He's off shooting off fireworks. Carefully, I'm sure.
Oh, carefully.
Yeah, carefully.
Just like he was with the rifle.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
You are the fourth dimension texting in at 888-368-1580. Nurse Scratchett wants to know, Randy, what do you know about this new relief pitcher, Curtis? I know that he was drafted in 2017. I know that he came to us from the Colorado Rockies, and I know that he has got an inflated ERA, I feel like he could be an asset in the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. And let's face it, this guy needs to help this team out. We don't have anybody.
Yeah.
But I know in Reno earlier this season he was doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
He was down. He logged a 1-1 record with a 6.34 ERA.
Yeah.
2 saves in 32 2/3 innings, and he had 28 strikeouts. And I'm just reading that off of the graph sheet here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know much about him.
Yeah.
I know he's new blood in the bullpen, and I hope that he doesn't get destroyed by the way Torey Lovullo chooses to use his relievers.
Yeah, confidence is important, but also rhythm is important, Randy. And your point on how Torey's using some of these relievers, sometimes when you're in for just an inning, it can take some time.
Well, it's not even an inning. It's like a third of an inning or 2/3 of an inning.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can just take a lot of time to say, hey, what pitch is right for me? What should I do this? Maybe I'll try this a little bit differently. Because in inning one, you're still getting used to it. Man, it takes rhythm can take time to develop in sports. And when you're in for one inning at max, some of these guys 0.3, 0.4 innings, well, all of a sudden, these guys aren't finding their rhythm, and that can take some serious damage in the team's performance. So, there is that angle too, that these guys just aren't finding their rhythm because they don't have the chance to in this system. So I see your point there.
Harris, I'm 62 years old, 63, yes. I guess now.
Yes.
Over my lifetime, I fell in love with baseball when I was 5. That's when I discovered the game, and that's the earliest memories of baseball I can remember. And I just knew it was a game that you played. You had this cool glove. You threw the ball. You got to hit. You got to run bases. So in my lifetime, I probably watched somewhere in the neighborhood of several thousand games. When you add them all up.
Yes. A lot of games, Randy.
The way this bullpen is being used is not the way a winning bullpen is used. If you watch all of the world championships, you watch all the playoff games, you watch all of the winning programs, this is not the way they use a bullpen.
Right.
I can't think of one time when I watched a baseball World Series. Now, there might be games that were you brought in a pitcher to throw to a guy, and then they went and got another pitcher in the inning because they were looking to get this guy out.
Yeah.
But I can't remember in my lifetime a starting pitcher who was as dominant as Ryan Nelson was, and to go get him out of the ball game just because he had a couple of base runners. I can't remember that time.
It's really conservative.
Now, I know there's a jagged edge.
Right.
I remember watching Pedro Martinez pitching in a game for the Red Sox. Mm-hmm. And I remember who was the manager left him in one pitch too long, and the Red Sox lost. He threw one pitch, and whoever it was hit it out of the ballpark, and that was it. They lost the game. But we're talking about a future Hall of Famer here.
Yeah.
But Torey won't even give these guys a chance, it seems like.
Yeah.
If they start to get just this much out of the strike zone, he does the walk of doom, and he goes to the bullpen almost immediately.
Yeah.
He doesn't wait.
Yeah. It can be stemmed from a lack of trust, a lack of confidence in those guys, and he just doesn't believe in them. And not that he doesn't believe in them in general, but in that moment, there's an uneasiness. Because that's what that shows. I mean, I remember Aaron Rodgers talking about this. There was one time Devontae Adams came in the game as a rookie, and he ran the wrong route. And Aaron Rodgers threw it to him, and he wasn't there, and he got him benched for the rest of the game. and the coaches, and he didn't play a lot. It took him a while to crack the rotation. It's sort of that same type of terminology with the bullpen, where it's like, uh-oh, you're right out of the strike zone. All righty, we're going to take you out now. We don't quite trust you.
I don't like this. And it brought up a question for me earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
What has Torrey done for the Snakes during his tenure here?
Yeah.
What is his resume here?
Well,
and what has he done for it? And let me just read this to you real quick.
Okay.
And then I don't want to stifle your thought. So
yeah.
In his first year in 2017, that's how long he's been with us, almost 10 years. 2017, Lovello guided the Diamondbacks to a 93-69 record, which was a significant improvement over the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
They won the NL wildcard game. Lovello was named NL Manager of the Year. Okay, that was his first year.
Yeah.
He's the careers wins leader for the Diamondbacks organization, but I think his longevity has something to do with that record. Despite his past success, the team has been underperforming recently with losing record in one-run games and extra innings. Do you remember who Torey Lovello replaced when he started in 2017?
I do not.
Chip Hale.
Oh, that's right.
Chip Hale was the manager, and it was a miserable season before
Yeah.
Torey Lovello.
Yeah. It came there, took him to the playoffs.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
in first year.
Yeah.
Chip Hale, it was miserable. Do you remember the last time the Diamondbacks were really strong?
2023.
No, it was 2010, 2014.
Ah, okay.
When Kirk Gibson was here.
Yeah.
2011, they won the NL West title.
Yeah.
And the team resembled Kirk Gibson.
Yeah. Hard nose. Tough. I mean, this team has more issues than just the bullpen, Randy. I mean, the starting rotation, Zach Gallen, my goodness. Like, that in itself has been an issue for them. It's all from, to me, firing Strahm. Because Strahm was the key. That's clearly what we've learned. I mean, he won an effing World Series, for crying out loud, in the Astros. He took him in 2023, too. He's responsible for that. I mean, Fott is this kid from Bellarmine who didn't even have a proper radar gun to record his velo. So the Diamondbacks took a shot on him. And here Brent Strahm has him in the World Series reeling and dealing. And man, losing him, I think, was just the glue that just everything unglued and everything fell apart as soon as he left. And that's what we're
Yeah, I'm a critical error in judgment as far as I'm concerned to let Brent Strahm go.
Yeah.
Critical error. Let's go to the text line at 888-368-1580. Let's see here. Chip Hale, according to Diamondback Dude, is leading the University of Arizona to the College World Series on a consistent basis. Seems like he's doing pretty good now. Well, maybe he found his niche.
Yeah.
Or as I like to say, niche.
Yeah, the college game and the MLB game are vastly different. And the NFL and college football and the NBA and college basketball, they don't have this type of gap. There is a data gap. Like the amount of data that these MLB teams have is insane. And you have to know what to do with that data. Look at the Tampa Bay Rays, for example. A lot with little, right? And in the college game, I just gave you an example of a kid who was pitching in the World Series, who in college his school didn't have a proper radar gun to understand how to measure his velocity consistently. Like, that's how little data there is on some of these college programs. So it's good that he found his niche. But man, being an MLB manager compared to being a college manager, I think there's a bigger gap than any other sport, whether that's basketball or football.
Hamilton Porter on the text line says, do you think the Diamondbacks need to blow it up at the deadline? No, I don't think we need to blow it up.
No,
it's like Triple H and I both have said today, we have a great offensive team.
Yeah.
We have a young offensive team. We have an exciting offensive team.
Yeah.
We used to have some really strong pitchers, and I think Merrill Kelly is still in there. Ryan Nelson can be a good guy. We've got to get Brandon Pfaadt back in shape. We've lost Corbin Burns for the season, and nobody knows what's happened to Zach Gallen. Not even Zach Gallen.
Yeah.
He's watching loads of tape. He's not going home and playing Modern Warfare. He's watching tape.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure it out. But yet, he can't figure it out. Silver Pop says Taco Tuesday American style. So Taco Bell or Del Taco?
Taco Bell or Del Taco? That's not even a question. Taco Bell.
I mean, I could go either way. I'll be honest with you.
Really? First off, first off. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
There
We got to
is.
get it in.
Yeah.
We got to get it in. Come on.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Oh, Taco Bell any day.
Now they're doing chicken.
Is it even chicken?
What next? Are they going to do brisket and pulled pork? What are they doing next?
You think it's even chicken, Randy?
I don't know. But it's got a crunchy tortilla crust.
Oh.
Do I want to know about that chicken?
Where it comes from?
Why can't we why can't Taco Bell just do what they do and quit trying to? Hamilton Porter says, always live Moss. Yeah, and Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm living Moss.
Why do they feel like they have to get involved in the chicken wars? Leave that to the Colonel and to Popeyes and that other place. And by the way, can I just say, why has Frosty gone and screwed up? Or why has Wendy's gone and screwed up the Frosty?
Good point.
How many years was it just one way? And it was great. It was legendary.
And now it's all these other ways. People are trying to overcomplicate American staples, Randy. Especially this can't happen on the 4th of July. It can't.
I'm just wondering. These are things that keep me up at night.
Right.
Through the middle of the night, I think of these things.
I'm sure.
Why is the Frosty have to be all screwed up? Do we really need to have Pop-Tart chunks in our Frosties from Wendy's?
Oh my God.
Really?
It's just diabetes on a stick.
See, just leave that to Dairy Queen and leave that to let's bring back Frosty just the way Frosty was again. A true American icon.
Frosties can't be messed up. It's just really hard. You have to go out of your way to mess it up. But we're getting so much variety. We almost have too many options these days.
Yeah.
I miss tradition. The good old-fashioned vanilla Frosty with a spoon, nothing else. No need to
or the chocolate Frosty. Either way.
That, man.
And it wasn't even strawberry. It was just vanilla or chocolate.
Yeah, and it's just too expensive. So, it's that too.
All right. That is, I'm sorry, Harris, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say one thing Wendy's has done a good job of is the Baconator, Randy.
Well, Baconator's good, yeah.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah. All right, that's hour 1 in the books for this Tuesday. Hour 2 is right around the corner. It's a Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association. Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona, and they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike, and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
It is Tuesday here on the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and it's 4 o'clock as we are trying to get you to 6 o'clock tonight. Right over there, that is Triple H doing all the doodads, gizmos, and whiz-bangs that we have in the control room. My name is Randy White, and Jeffrey O'Brien is on vacation this week. You are the Fourth Dimension. Text again at 888-368-1580 as we broadcast live from CRC Broadcasting in beautiful uptown Scottsdale, where Quiet Cannon says, my thoughts on Torey Lovello. He did make good decisions in 23, sending Alec Thomas to the minors.
Yeah.
He also sent Fought, the pitcher, down to the minors and brought up both of them when they were very good in the World Series run. That's good managing there. Torey is learning. He needs a lot of help with coaching pitchers. Well, I mean, what are your thoughts, Triple H? I think he's horrible at coaching pitchers, but go ahead.
I wouldn't say horrible. I would just say he's mismanaged some guys. Strum. Excuse me, I had a frog in my throat. That were there and now are not there. So that's my point on him. I'm not going to say he's terrible at coaching pitchers, but the results do seem to lean towards that claim, but that's an extreme claim that he's terrible. I wouldn't say
Flogging Longers on the text line at 888-368-1580, where he says, it's simple, Randy. The GM should figure out the problem. Starting pitching, half on the DL. Yes, I said DL. Back end pitching in the bullpen is not batting practice. Get on the horn, Hazen. Also, RIP Cobra 39. Hashtag Big Red Machine. Yeah, Godspeed to you, Dave Parker, who passed away just a couple of weeks before he was enshrined in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That is very sad.
Moist One says, Taco Bell used to have many shredded chicken quesadillas. They were the best thing ever. I'd give many things just for one more.
Oh.
Many things?
You know what Taco Bell has that's really good? Have you had their Cinnabon Delights? Oh.
No.
Oh, Randy.
No. Why do they have to branch out and do that? Cinnabon Delights?
Dude, I think they're the best things I've ever tasted.
Taco Bell should have done this. If they wanted to do Cinnabon Delights, why didn't they make Cinnabon Churros?
Oh, man.
That's my idea. They can't use it.
No,
I
they
have
can't.
it
They're trademarked
copyrighted. 2025. I'll, as Jeffrey likes to say, I'll sue your ass
Yep.
if you take
He'll
it
sue
from
your
me.
ass. Yep. He will. He will. And he has a good lawyer, too.
Yeah.
Big George. I
Yeah.
mean, he'll help him out with that. I mean,
Speaking of Big George, he says, I waited the entire hour to hear my text read, and it never happened. Sigh. Okay, Big George, here it is right now, you big baby. Hello, gentlemen. Happy Taco Tuesday. Well. The Diamondbacks got swept by the lowly Miami Marlins over the weekend. Torey Lovello mismanaged his bullpen again and continues to pull his pitchers too early. He even acknowledged it yesterday at his press conference where he said he was accosted by the fans at Chick-fil-A asking why he pulls his starting pitchers so early. And he said he would be better than that. Then he proceeds to pull Ryan Nelson out again early yesterday. What a joke. Fire Torey Lovello. There you go, George. I read it for you.
he read it. You see that? And
I mean, we talked about it all last hour.
Yeah. And hire who, though? Like when you want to say to fire somebody, you got to have a plan, Big George. So let's hear it. Let's hear it. Who do you think the Diamondbacks should hire as their manager and go after with a good contract if you think they should fire Torey? Seems like you must have a better guy here.
No, LA kid, we cannot talk about how good the Dodgers are right now.
Yeah, no, not going to happen.
No, we can't.
Not going to happen. Yeah. Yep. Oh.
So we can talk about the Detroit Tigers.
The Tigers have been, I mean, a resurgence from what they were in the early 2010s. Those Miguel Cabrera teams. Oh, my goodness, those teams. Verlander, those teams were so fun. Skubal has been exceptional. He has been very, very, very good.
13 Ks in his last outing.
13 Ks.
13 Ks.
In what, 6 innings?
No, he went 7, I believe.
7 innings. So just a little under 2 Ks per inning.
Yeah, he.
Oh my gosh.
He was a wrecking machine. Oh, Moist One says, yes, Harris, the taste of those Cinnabon cream bursting out of those pretty little balls. What?
Oh my gosh. It's funny. I have to give it to him. I'm sure Moist One would know a lot about it.
So, all right, Triple H.
Never takes a day off.
We talked about baseball. We talked about the Diamondbacks in the first hour, and I just had to get a lot of junk off my chest. What about the NBA free agent tracker? That's more your speed. What's happening in the NBA? First of all, the Knicks reportedly reached out to an interesting person to interview for their head coaching position. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the Knicks, and this is what happens when you fire somebody and you don't have a plan. The Knicks reached out to Don Staley, the women's head basketball coach of South Carolina.
I think it's a great move.
Do you really?
I think it would absolutely be a great move.
Why do you think that?
I think she is a firecracker. I think that girl would get these guys straight and happening with some winning basketball. I'm not like college, mind you, but I think she knows the game extremely well. She's a champion, and she don't back down just because she's a lady. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think she would be an excellent choice. I think Becky Hammond would have been an excellent choice in San Antonio. She knew Pop's program inside and out. She knew how to run that basketball team. Many times, Pop let her run the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they let her get away. Don Staley for the Knicks? Absolutely. What are your thoughts?
Look, she's a great women's basketball coach. No question about that. But as a leader of men, I don't know. I'm not sure. And also, look, the women's game is, you think the men's college game is different from the NBA? Vastly different. Like night and day different. The women's college game compared to the NBA, I mean, that is at a way slower pace. And yeah, I might tick some people off that say that, but at a way slower pace. I mean, coaching men and coaching women is also just different. It can be very different. So do you have experience in coaching men? How is that? Do you think that will be a major change? I mean, that's something that the Knicks maybe could pick up in the interview process. Is it something that the players would be okay with responding to? How will the players respond to that?
Well,
That's a whole nother question you have to ask.
I think now they're zooming in on Mike Brown.
They are. Yeah.
Mike Brown.
Yeah, they are, which is a downgrade from Tibbs. And here's the thing about the Tibbs hire that people that's coming out. There was a article written about it that Dolan, it was an uncharacteristic fire. And Dolan, the Knicks owner, stormed down and wanted him fired regardless of any GM or any player, whatever, and got him fired himself. There was a report of that, which this shows that when you don't have a plan and the Knicks are getting denied all of these different teams, all these different interviews,
I mean,
this is what happens.
I mean, allegedly, reportedly,
right?
There's no proof to it. I mean,
I believe it because there's no way Tibbs should have been fired. Are you kidding? He took him to their first Western Conference Finals in 10 years. In 10 years, Randy.
So you don't think that that Dawn Staley,
yeah,
could lead a group of men in basketball?
The NBA. I think the NBA compared to the pace of women's basketball is so much that I don't think so much of a difference that I don't think she's qualified at this moment to take that. I also think, yeah, I'm not totally sold in that. I am not.
According to the CBS Sports, she impressed in her conversation with the Knicks. She impressed the people that were asking the questions. Well, I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
But having watched, I mean, I don't watch a lot of women's basketball.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you watch Sports Center, I mean, how can you not stay up with what's happening with South Carolina women's basketball?
Yeah.
I mean, they are the epicenter of basketball for ladies. And I'll guarantee you, I bet Dawn Staley could go in there and take that group of men and get them going in the right direction. Absolutely.
Well, here's my point, Randy. How many college coaches have actually succeeded in the NBA? There's historically
all of them. I don't know.
There's only been, you could say, one. Larry Brown, who coached the Sixers with Allen Iverson, the Pistons, won a championship with them. He coached Kansas in the late 80s. He's probably the only one that has succeeded at both college and the NBA. Other than that, there has been no, you could say Billy Donovan for a stint in time. Brad Stevens, you could make the argument. But other than that, man, there's not any. Why? Because the games are so different, but also how you treat the players, it's so different. There's a culture shock that college coaches typically experience when they go to the NBA. Dawn Staley is a fantastic women's basketball coach. Totally. But she is a college coach. And college coaches going to the NBA, there's not a whole lot of success there. There just isn't.
I don't know, man. She gives her heart and soul to the game.
Right. But
I mean, she lives, breathes basketball.
Right. But my reason is just for that alone. No, I don't believe that would be a good hire for the Knicks. They have not. I mean, obviously the finalists are different than that, but I mean, I don't think they're moving on with Staley from what I've seen. But for that reason alone, I mean, going from coaching women to men, that in itself is a major culture shock. There's a lot of different variables there. Going from coaching to college in the NBA, that is a major culture shock that has a lot of people that have tried it and a lot of people that have failed. John Beilein, oh my goodness, Rick Pitino, John Calipari, all these fantastic college coaches that did amazing in the college game, rose up to the ranks of the NBA, and oh my goodness, it did not work out.
Well, Moist One says Doug Gottlieb could turn the Knicks around.
Moist One never takes a day off, Randy. He never does. He never does.
Let's see here. T-Licious said they made a movie about the Knicks situation. It was called Eddie.
Eddie?
I don't know. I didn't see
I don't
the
know.
movie.
I haven't seen the movie. That Jeffrey would probably get that one, but I haven't seen the movie.
Hefty Lefty says that's because men's college basketball play halves. Too much to switch to 4 quarters for men's college hoops. Women play 4 quarters. Staley will be good.
Okay. Yeah, the women's game is more like the NBA game in regards to where they play 4 quarters. But if you watch a lot of the games too, women's game, but more so the women's games, they always have a big man who can't shoot. So it's a lot of interior. It's a lot of playing through the post. Game moves naturally slower. The NBA is so fast. Can you as a coach learn to instill plays to adjust to the pace, right? So a lot of the women's college game, you're running plays that are similar to the 80s to the 90s NBA, where you play through a big man. It's slower. It's a little bit more physical because it's more paint driven. That is not the case in the NBA game. It is
I'd love
5
to
out,
see
4 out, 1 in.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying. But I think the experiment would be absolutely phenomenal. I'd love to see her.
It would be interesting.
Or Becky Hammonds at the controls of an NBA team. 888-368-1580. Rocky Mountain High says, "Wow, I did not realize Harris was such a sexist when it comes to basketball coaches. Watch it."
Wow. I just
You
got
have
called
fired
a
up the fourth
sexist.
dimension.
Who said that again? Randy?
Rocky Mountain High.
I just think going from coaching women to coaching men is a major culture shock. That's not to say I don't think she can do it. That's not to say she can or can't. That's just to say I think there are more qualified people out there that have shown that they've had success with coaching men and with coaching in the NBA, much less. That's all I have to say.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, "What about former running back Deuce Staley?"
Ooh, nice pull there, first off. But no, probably not. But I like the vision there.
All right. So moving on from Don Staley, head coaching, what about NBA free agency? I know that Jalen Williams had surgery recently.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Williams getting surgery for sure. There's been a lot. I mean, speaking of the Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander signing the richest contract in NBA history. Randy, $285 million. I mean, that one's been ridiculous.
4 years. 4 years, 285.
Yeah. No, not 1 year. Don't worry about that. That's not going to be that. But the Bucks are the most interesting story. So have you heard what the Bucks have done exactly, Randy?
I did see that they have waived Dame time. They waived bye-bye to Dame time.
Yeah.
And are reportedly using that money and have done so to sign Miles Turner.
So Dame is going to be out with the Achilles for a little bit. I think this has to do with Giannis saying, okay, we need to keep him around for a year and we've got to do something, because Giannis has been linked to all these teams in NBA free agency. Like, is he going to go here? He was linked to the Rockets. The Spurs have been talked about, a bunch of other teams. This is Milwaukee saying, okay, with what's happened to Dame Lillard, we need to be ready for next year. We need to have enough to keep him around for 1 year. But it's unfortunate because Dame would have been, I mean, he already was fantastic when he played for him, but he would have been great. I mean, Giannis has never, for him to have won a championship is impressive because he had Middleton, but he hasn't had that 1B scoring option. Middleton's a good scorer, but is he that type of level scorer that Dame Lillard is? I mean, there's Dame range for a reason. And so it's unfortunate. Milwaukee was able to save, due to the new CBA agreement, to wipe the final 3 years and $113 million off his contract. Wow. Using the stretch provision in the CBA, which is kind of new. You can use it when guys get hurt and you have to waive them. So, man, it'll be interesting to see where Dame goes because a bunch of teams will be after him. And my goodness, I mean, Milwaukee is doing everything they can to keep Giannis there. And Miles Turner was supposed to be a Pacer. Like, people had him like a shoo-in Indiana Pacer. But I guess now that's not the case.
See, the problem is, I think what they've done in trying to bring in more help and unleash some dead weight, as it were, as if Dame Lillard is dead weight. They have, from what I've read today on different places, NBA.com and more, Giannis is not too happy about this. He's not happy to see Dame Lillard go down the highway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't blame him. I mean, why would he be? This guy who was looked at as top 10 player in the league. I mean, you just let him go. And that could have been a bright future with him. Could have been someone to take all the pressure off of him. Because, man, I mean, when you're that ball dominant, sometimes you need someone else to just ease some of the pressure and take some of the double teams so you're not getting just swarmed in the post. Dame would have been that guy. Miles Turner, though, is a really, really good compliment to Giannis. Because when Giannis is going to be that 4 who's driving to the basket constantly, Miles Turner's three-point percentage was very, very good last year. I think in the high 30s. And it's really, really progressed as well. It's gotten better and better. So he'll be a lot like what Brook Lopez was for them. Just a younger version.
All right, more NBA free agent talk as we are moving along here on the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
Miss any part of the Daily Blender? Download the free podcast at 1580thefanatic.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Discover the 4th of July sale at Target. Save 20% on clothing and swimwear for women, select cookies with Target Circle, and up to 50% off Sun Squad sporting goods. Get ready for a fireworks-worthy celebration with patriotic cookies, fun sports gear, and of course, spectacular fits. The deals end July 5th, so hurry and get 20% off apparel, select cookies with Target Circle, and 50% off Sun Squad sports gear, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Water is Arizona's most valuable resource. And for over a century, Phoenix has led the way in providing reliable water services. Wherever you call home in Arizona, we all share the responsibility to conserve for tomorrow. Watch your water use, especially outdoors. Consider desert-friendly landscaping and water-saving appliances. Together, small changes can make a big difference. Learn more at phoenix.gov/water and help secure Arizona's water future. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix Water Services Department.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Let's just say the Steelers are 9-1, right, through the first 10 games, and Rodgers looks like an MVP candidate. Will we hear again from him that maybe this isn't it?
Or Will Howard is starting in Week 11?
I would be stunned if he's starting in Week 11 because Rodgers is ineffective. He's starting in Week 11 potentially because Rodgers is hurt. Now it's possible. But I think if Rodgers is out for a week or two, that would be Mason Rudolph country.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Tuesday edition of the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic. Your text from the fourth dimension at 888-368-1580, like this one from Quiet Cannon. In yesterday's game, Tom Candiotti, the commentator on the radio, said that Ryan Nelson was losing his stuff noticeably when he got pulled. Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't see him get pulled. And Tom Candiotti was a great pitcher back in the day. He knows what he's talking about, even though it sounds like he's nearly asleep with him and Berthume. Oh, my God. You talk about chemistry. Those two guys could you sit up there in the booth and just kill you.
Yeah.
Big George says he would hire Jeff Bannister to fill the managerial position for the remainder of the season. He's got some fire behind him, and he might be able to ignite this team. I don't know about igniting the team, Big George. I think I think we've identified the problem here. If it were me, if I'm Hazen, I'm getting rid of Kaplan. Then I call Brett Strom and I beg to him and I pay him whatever he wants and he comes back.
Yep. Please.
That's the ideal situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the ideal. The ideal situation is to go right back to what we had last year. That's it. Point blank.
Hefty Lefty says richest per year basis, $71 million a year, is a lot of poutine. Yes, it is. He's talking about SGA breaking the NBA bank. He has signed the highest deal in NBA history. Let's talk about it, Triple H.
Yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, well-deserved, $285 million in total, 71 million per year. Great math. This is groundbreaking for the Thunder because he's set to stay there. And Oklahoma City is more set than any sports franchise that there is right now. Like I would say from the Kansas City Chiefs to maybe even the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Oklahoma City Thunder are in the best position of any sports franchise. And you say, oh man, what about when all these guys become max players? How about all these draft picks that they have, man? I mean, just years and years. I mean, you saw it this year. The amount of first round picks that they had. They have tons. They're also the youngest team in the NBA. This is their core piece. And SGA fits the modern game so well because he's able to get so many foul shots. He's so crafty. He plays like a 35-year-old. He has a 35-year-old like trapped in a 24-year-old man's body with his brain. Like he's crafty. He plays at a sustainable pace.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily play like John Morant or Derrick Rose or a lot of these other guys to where it's a lot of jumping and a lot of pressure on the knees. No, he's got a good low center of gravity. He's got a nice, just methodical pace to his game. He can play slow. He can play fast. Some say he is the best player in the world. I say, I don't know, but he's definitely the 1B, if anything. And this contract for the Oklahoma City Thunder is huge because they will be a championship contender for years and years and years. We've had 7 straight NBA champions, which is the first time this has ever happened in league history. This is the era of parity. The Oklahoma City Thunder, with this signing, that might be coming to an end.
So how bad is this going to bootstrap OKC?
It will a decent amount because this is a lot of cap. But the cap is growing, man. The cap is growing at such a rapid rate. And as it keeps growing, they'll be able to generate more and more cap. They'll have to let some of these dudes go, but I mean, Jalen Williams will re-sign with them for years to come. There will be others, but man, think about Presti, Oklahoma City's GM, is no one drafts better than him. Maybe not even in any sport. This guy nails every pick he possibly has. And so it's just going to be about, as a lot of these guys, like maybe when Hartenstein's contract expires, Caruso's, maybe Dort's, others, they won't be able to afford some of them. But, you know, the NBA, the Thunder, it's like a solar system. I compared it to the Nuggets, to where you have the superstar and everything orbits around him. It's about getting the right pieces to pick up those that can orbit around him efficiently. And Presti, no one sees young talent better than him. He'll be able to pick up a lot of young players and a lot of draft picks with the tons of assets that he has as time goes on. And so this is solidifying Oklahoma City to be a championship contender for years and years and years to come.
All right, back to the Bucks.
Yeah.
As I was looking at the free agency tracker here that you is so kindly put on the page.
Oh, of course.
Guess what happens? I'm scrolling across here.
Yeah.
And I see Lillard reportedly elated to become free agent. He's not taking this hard at all. According to The Athletic, Dame Lillard is elated by the news that he's going to continue to be paid $113 million owed to him. And now he just gets to handpick his next team without worrying about who has enough money to sign him.
That's a crazy position to be in.
Think about that statement.
Man. So he's going to get paid by Milwaukee regardless.
Yeah, well, over the next 4 years, he'll get isn't it 4 years, the stretch rule? They've got to pay him out over the next 4 years. But anyway, $113 million.
Yeah.
I would take that kind of annual. Oh, by the way, happy Bobby Bonilla Day, everybody. I would take that kind of scratch every year for 4 years.
So what Dame Lillard's basically saying is, I'm getting paid enough money to where I don't have to worry about finances because it's already coming. I can worry about just going to a team that's going to win him a championship. That's what I heard. So he is going to be, what a wild card he's going to be in free agency. Because you talk about the best teams in the league now, because money is kind of out the window with him. Kind of. It'll still be there. You know, money talks, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
But you eliminate half of the league in the Dame Lillard sweepstakes. Well, there's going to be, and I'm not going to say Oklahoma City, but Houston. Maybe Houston could come calling. Others as well. I mean, Boston. I mean, have we talked about them yet? Them getting rid of Porzingis.
Yeah.
Them getting rid of Drew Holiday. And by the way, they dumped Porzingis for like second round pick. It was a really puzzling trade. I remember looking at it at the time being like, wow, what are they doing by that? Maybe Boston's got something really big planned in the future, and them going after Dame Lillard, that would make sense, because after Tatum and Brown, he would be another one of those legit scoring threats. And with them getting rid of Drew Holiday, maybe you have to think they're looking for a guy to run the show.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah,
about the Boston Celtics doing anything.
I think that could be.
Other than the Porzingis thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because them getting rid of Drew Holiday, which I didn't agree with. That's a championship player right there. Like, he's got multiple gold medals. He was a big part of that. You saw what happened to Milwaukee when they got rid of him. You saw what happened to, I mean, oh my goodness, Boston. Like, what happened to Boston when they got him as well and winning a championship. So I don't agree with getting rid of him, but you got to fill that void somehow. Dame Lillard might be that guy. He could easily be that guy, because Boston, I mean, dang it, man. You can win a championship with him. And who knows? Boston might be not punting next year, but maybe not going for it on fourth down next year, because Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. He might be out all of next year.
We're talking basketball.
The Celtics, yes.
Yeah, we're talking basketball.
Is someone in the chat mentioned?
No, wait, you were confusing me. You can't do that.
Oh no,
you can't go for it on fourth down when you're in talking basketball.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was using the analogy of Boston may not just be going for the championship all out next year because Tatum tore his Achilles. That's what I meant by that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
69 Mets and Jets says, understanding what Triple H is saying, watch today's WNBA game to see how quick the game is. College is the same. They play inside the game, but they also have the three-point shooters, parentheses, Clark, Page, etc.
Yeah. They play. He's right. They play inside, a lot of inside game, because here's the thing about the NBA is guys like Zach Edey are so good in college. Because they're able to they're so tall and able to get positioning that no one can guard them. All of a sudden, you can get away. So you can get away with having one elite skill. Zach Edey's elite skill is his jump hook. In the NBA, it's gotten so good that you can't just get away with having one elite skill. In the women's college game and the WNBA, it's like that too, where you have players like Brittany Griner, who could probably only score in a couple ways, right? So that adjustment in itself changes everything of how you call plays, how you call sets. It's not like that in the NBA game.
I wonder. I wonder if that would stretch Dawn Staley to even greater things. I mean, since she has, she's coaching men, and she can do different things. Maybe that would stretch her to really become something even more fantastic.
What are you saying by this, Randy?
Well, I'm saying that since you're saying the game is faster,
way faster,
and it's different, and men can score in the NBA from different skill sets.
Yeah,
I have a very specific set of skills, and where the women don't do that.
Yeah,
I wonder if that would open up a whole new genre of Dawn Staley we haven't seen.
Yeah.
I'm a big Dawn Staley fan. I appreciate what she does in the college women's basketball world. I would like to see her get a chance in the NBA, but hey, whatever. It's not going to kill me either way. What did I say here? Oh, T-Licious. What? She won a contest by making a free throw, then got to coach the Knicks for a half, but ended up being the head coach. Eddie?
Why?
The movie Eddie?
Is he still getting at that? Okay. All right.
T-Licious. All right. Moist One says, Jokic is still one of the best players in my opinion, but curious if you're drafting an expansion team, and Jokic was the only player not available, who would be your first pick? SGA? Giannis? Luka?
SGA would be my first pick.
Really?
Yeah, he would be. I mean, he just gets to the line so well. I mean, he can score all three levels. Thing about Giannis is he can't shoot efficiently and consistently. He can. It just hasn't grown to the rate to where 35%, where a lot of NBA players are. And so having a number two scorer, like Dame actually talked about this, having a number two scorer can be tough with him because now all of a sudden that paint isn't as open because Giannis is there. So there's a lot of drop coverage. There's a lot of guys camping out more often. And so you get someone like SGA, or just some random guy to play alongside him. Scoring at the rim is harder because he's there. There's just a little bit less space. And so I would take SGA because he can score all three levels over Giannis, who's so good at scoring at one level and two a little bit. But yeah, there you go, Moist One.
Here we go. Back to the text line. No, back to our NBA free agency watch. Our old friend DeAndre Ayton, guess what? He got waived.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
He got his contract, not waived. He got his contract bought out by the Trailblazers. They were like, Phoenix, sorry. Yeah, we see now what you were talking about. We see now that he's a soft serve. And so we're going to go ahead and buy out the rest of your 4-year, $133 million contract.
Dude.
He had $35.6 million left on his contract for next year.
How much he was getting paid.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. And so according to CBS Sports, Ayton will be a, quote, coveted free agent, end quote, on the market.
And Brooke Lopez just signed a contract for like $9 million.
Do you think DeAndre Ayton, Triple H, before we go to break, no, you know what? We're going to take a break and we'll come back and you can answer that. Do you think, Triple H and Fourth Dimension, DeAndre Ayton will be a coveted free agent on the free agent market because he's no longer a Trailblazer? We'll talk about it next here on the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
The Daily Blender is streamed live on YouTube. Search 1580 The Fanatic to watch.
One presents Today in Women's Sports. The Minnesota Lynx are perched atop the WNBA standings with a 14-2 record this year. In their last game, they blew out the Connecticut Sun 102-63. Minnesota superstar Nafisa Collier leads the league in scoring with over 24 points per game. And on Sunday, she was named a captain for the WNBA All-Star festivities coming up later in July.
I mean, I definitely couldn't be here without my team either. Like, I would be nothing without them. So to have a team like this where I just feel so lucky that not only are we good, but that we gel so well and that we genuinely like love and respect and appreciate each other and have each other's backs. It's just really special to be a part of a team like that. We said for 2 years now. It's hard to find in professional sports, and the fact that we have it feels really special.
Next up for the Lynx, the in-season tournament championship game. They'll battle Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever tonight in the Commissioner's Cup final. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Amy Lawrence on Westwood One.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
DQ presents How to Make Your Summer Take Flight. Just head into DQ for a new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Treat your inner hero to an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. Blend it all with legendary DQ soft serve, and it's enough to tempt Superman himself. Fly into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat before it's gone. And don't miss Superman, only in theaters July 11th. DQ, happy tastes good. Only at participating locations.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
1580, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic. Whew. Randy hit me with the tough question. Will DeAndre Ayton be a coveted free agent come this summer?
That's what I said.
That's what he said. Yes.
Before
indeed.
you answer, though.
Yes, Randy.
I want to clear this up.
All righty.
T-Licious says that Ayton asked the Blazers to buy him out. Wants to play for a contender, he says. I don't know where you saw that.
Okay.
But on the CBS Sports article I saw, the Blazers bought him out because they no longer need him. They have, according to ESPN, Shams Charania.
Good pronunciation there.
Shams Charania.
Shams Charania.
Shams.
Shams Charania.
And the Portland Trail Blazers finalizing buyout deal.
Yep.
They have too many young guys, and he is the odd man out. So it doesn't say I'm not saying it's not true. What I'm saying is in my article, I don't see that. I see that it was a mutual deal, shall we say? But go ahead, Triple H. Tell us your thoughts.
Well, Randy, I have a quote here by the legendary Larry Brown, it's the second time he's been brought up this episode. So shout out Larry Brown.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. For those of you that don't know, Larry Brown coached Chauncey Billups, the Portland Trail Blazers head coach, in the 2004 NBA Finals with the Detroit Pistons. He was the coach of the year. He coached him for a while. He said this about DeAndre Ayton. This was seen in The Athletic. See, the Blazers could live with Ayton missing shots or his man scoring on him. They could even live with him being limited to 55 or 40 games in Portland. But in the end, they couldn't live with his bad ways, the tardiness to team flights and practices, according to a team source. The skipping of rehabilitation appointments, and I'm paraphrasing. Fans saw him slam chairs when he was taken out of games, and a team source said there were tantrums in the locker room when he was sidelined for poor effort. Randy, I think that tells you everything. I think that confirms everything that Suns fans were saying about him. Like, everything.
Moist One says, Ayton screams Lakers.
I was just going to say that. I was literally just going to say that, which is so funny that he beat me to the punch, because I had written down, because as a contender, who needs a center? Who is a contender that needs a center? Who is the team that tried to trade for Mark Williams and ultimately failed his physical? The Los Angeles Lakers. I think that might happen. This might be written in the stars that DeAndre Ayton becomes a Los Angeles Laker, which, I mean, you think Suns fans dislike him now. Oh my gosh. Imagine him as a Laker playing as the number whatever option for the guy that you didn't draft in Phoenix and Luka Doncic. Oh man. I mean, that Suns-Lakers rivalry will only be exemplified. But that's what I think. I think DeAndre Ayton will be a coveted free agent. Do I think he should? That's a discussion for another day. Do I think he will be? I do think he will be. And I think the Lakers will sign him.
Quiet Cannon says when DA was on the Phoenix Suns, he could score points. There was a period of time when the scores when the scorers were injured.
Yep.
And DA was scoring over 20 points a game. No team ever really looks at DA as a shooting big man.
No.
Wish him good luck as a free agent.
Yeah, he has got a lot of offensive potential because he's got great touch around the rim. He's an excellent lob catcher. He's got great footwork in the post. That being said, his three-point shot, he's tried it. He shot 18% last year from three. So it hasn't necessarily grown into roses, if you will. They're still really tiny weeds, really tiny seeds.
I don't think I've ever said in person or on this radio show that DeAndre Ayton is not a talented center.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jeffrey has ever said that.
No.
He is just missing that killer instinct.
Yeah.
He's missing that something that the rest of these centers, Jokic,
yeah,
I know he's not a center, but he's a center. Street clothes.
Street clothes.
Yeah, street clothes. He used to be on the Lakers. He's not anymore. I've already forgotten about him because he's gone.
Street clothes.
Yeah, street clothes.
I feel like there's so many of those in the NBA
dimension,
that I can't even like.
The brow.
Anthony Davis.
AD.
Some people call him Anthony Davis.
He had the guys I just mentioned have that certain something, that chutzpah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that moxie.
Well, there's also something that they have that DeAndre Ayton doesn't, a three-point shot. Anthony Davis did not shoot threes at Kentucky. He was drafted to be like a Marcus Camby, a defensive player of the year, a guy who can catch lobs and dunk, but he was dynamic and athletic. So maybe something's there on offense, but his defense gives him such a high floor. DeAndre Ayton, it was in some similar capacities to that, but DeAndre Ayton has not developed a three-point shot. That's the issue. The Moxie might be right, though. You probably are right, because confidence.
He doesn't have that meat eater, tear the backboard from its mooring type of attitude. You know, he doesn't have that jam it down the throat of the defender and then stand there and scream in his face type of moxie.
Yep.
He's got one of those, I'm up at the rim. I could really do some damage here. I could probably break this backboard, but I'm just going to do a finger roll.
He does like that finger roll. Yeah. And he's good at it.
I'm just going to lay it in.
Yep.
I'm not going to charge down a lane. I'm just going to try to shoot from here and miss.
Gosh, Suns fans. If you think most hated Phoenix athletes, DeAndre Ayton has got to be up there. Which is
because I think the
sad.
Phoenix Suns fans were expecting somebody to just come in here from the U of A. And I hope we never draft another U of A basketball player again. This guy was miserable. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Keon and I would go round and round. He's scoring a double-double every night. Oh, yeah, okay.
Was Keon high on DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah, oh my God, yes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah. What? Keon loved DeAndre Ayton. And I don't blame him. I mean, I can understand why. A 7-foot guy, doing a double-double every night. But it wasn't a double-double. It seemed like a mediocre sort of, I just barely got there, double-double. You see what I'm saying? He would get 13 points, and then he'd have 10 rebounds, or he would have 18 points and 11 rebounds, something like that. When he didn't have it. The one and only time that I saw DeAndre Ayton have it was when we were playing in the playoffs, and they inbounded to him in Phoenix, and he almost tore the rim down. He caught it. He caught it midair, and he had no choice. He had to slam it down through the cylinder and then grab onto the metal, or he would have fallen down and hurt himself. That to me was like, oh my God, finally, here we go.
Did he ever truly have it?
No.
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 Okay.
And if you read about this, like you just said, throwing chairs, temper tantrums when he's not in the game, shows up late for practice. Oh, it's snowing outside. I don't know how to drive in snow, so I'll just miss it. Oh, it doesn't matter. The plane it's a private charter. It'll leave when I get there. That type of attitude, kind of that island attitude of, hey, bro, no worries. There's no clocks here, man.
Yeah, the Ayton hype never added up to me, because you look at how the NBA is, to where offensively you've got to learn how to shoot threes, unless if you're just ridiculously quick off the dribble and you're 7 feet and you're a Greek freak, right? And along with that, if you can't shoot threes, you've got to be so good defensively that they can't take you off the floor. Examples: Giannis, Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green. Is DeAndre Ayton that good defensively?
No, he's not.
He's not. And
every team out there knew if you want to go inside, you can just go right at Ayton.
And so defensively, he's solid, but he's not that level. So you've got to be able to compensate for your lack of shooting in some way, because think about it, Randy, when you got 5 guys outside the 3-point line and you're a guard and you blow past your man, well, because you have 5 guys who can shoot, what are those interior guys going to do? They're going to step out and guard the guy from the 3-point line because, he can shoot. If DeAndre Ayton's man is out there, he's going to be camping in the paint. It's going to be harder to score inside. So the thing about it is, no, DeAndre Ayton can't shoot threes, and no, he's not an incredible defender. And so what exactly does he bring to the floor? He's a good lob catcher. Okay, so you need a point guard who's fantastic off the pick and roll. I'd imagine if the Lakers get Ayton, that Doncic and him are going to be used in the pick and roll very well. I'd imagine that.
Well, I don't know.
But Ayton
I don't know.
Ayton was only really good when the Suns had Chris Paul.
I'm not disparaging that the Lakers would get Ayton. I'm kind of encouraging it because if the Lakers get Ayton, he'll be like late and he'll show up whenever and he'll throw his temper tantrums on the side and it'll be the same crap with that team. Like T-Licious says, Ayton's just read between the line. Now he can be a marshmallow with another team. Yeah,
a marshmallow.
I'm from the islands, man. I'm from the islands. I don't take life too seriously, but pay me $133 million.
A marshmallow. I never heard that one. Never
Hefty
heard that
Lefty is on the text line. Ayton reminds me of Andrew Bynum. All the talent in the world, but just doesn't have the love for the game to get better. To be fair, Bynum, his mom passing away, really took him out of the game when he left the Lakers. Yeah.
Bynum also had that all-star season, and then he ended up hurting his knee, and I think like a bowling thing, and it was never the same since. Like, Ayton hasn't necessarily had injuries like that, but they are similar players, so I'll give it to you. They are kind of similar. Yeah.
A Quiet Cannon says, do you think LeBron's going to allow DA to come to the Lakers? I wish I had more time because I have something, a sentence from LeBron James' agent in response to him re-signing with the team that I think shines a light on this whole LeBron as the GM. And I think this whole sentence tells me a lot more about LeBron James. You've got to talk about reading between the lines. I think you have to read between the lines on this. We can talk about that when we come back. We've got more NBA free agency happening. We've got some NFL football to talk about and a little college drama as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's all in the third hour of the Daily Blender right here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone now through July 28th. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful VC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. 2024 Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail price. Manufacturer's suggested retail price excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
When you need help, 211 Arizona is just one call or click away. This free service connects you with vital resources across Arizona, housing and shelter resources that improve or save lives, utility assistance, food support, heat relief, and more. Speak with one of our live operators in English or Spanish. Simply call 211 or visit 211arizona.org for resources near you. We're here to help in your time of need. This message is sponsored by 211 Arizona.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. All it takes is a little preparation. Get to the airport early, bring a carry-on bag that fits in the overhead, and have an acceptable ID. Not all state-issued IDs will cut it. Check out tsa.gov/ID and see which TSA acceptable IDs make the grade, like a real ID or passport.
Before you jet, do a little prep, and you're good to go. Check out tsa.gov/ID or the MyTSA app.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down, because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
It's a daily blender on this Taco Tuesday, American style. July 1st, happy Bobby Bonilla Day, yes. Bobby Bonilla gets another 1.1513, something like that, million in his bank account, and you don't. But remember to pay your rent today.
Oh, yeah.
Or your mortgage. You paid yours?
I paid mine. I paid mine. Right. Yours?
Right over there, that is, mine's paid. Yeah. Right over there, that is Triple H. She's managing all the doodads and gizmos in the control room of the Fanatic here at CRC Broadcasting in beautiful uptown Scottsdale. Jeffrey O'Brien on a vacation this week, enjoying some special time with his family. And if he doesn't come back without some of his digits, we all know that he will have been forced into shooting off fireworks.
And maybe his right ear will be hurt as well as his left ear. I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope he gets that fixed.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, it's been going on for a while.
I feel bad because when he and I work together, it's my fault his other ear's deaf.
His other ear's deaf too?
Yeah, because he had to hear himself speaking. Well, it's not deaf, but he likes to say it is. And he had these old Nova 24 headphones from Radio Shack.
Oh man!
And it's no lie. I play my my earphones loud. But see, I invest in earphones, and he had Radio Shack Nova 24s. So, but then again, back in that time, he was just a youngster, and he thought he was made out of Jell-O. So now he has to rely on his bad ear, while his other ear is now in a shooting situation. It's not funny. His hearing protection kind of fell off
not at all.
Just as he shot a weapon, and it has caused an extended issue with his good ear
that he has not been able to get fixed to this day. Of course, it had to be his good ear too, man.
That's a good choice of words. Get fixed.
Get fixed.
All right, you are the fourth dimension. Texting us at 888-368-1580 as we head for 6 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
Had so many people jump in today, and I appreciate it. But we've been talking NBA free agency, and we all know that LeBron opted in on his $52.6 million player option.
Yep.
That's what he's going to make this season. And his CEO of Clutch Sports is his agent, Rich Paul. I don't think any relation.
No relation
to the Paul brothers.
No. To the Paul.
I would have to question
to the
LeBron.
Paul brothers. You never know.
Anyway, Rich Paul, he is rich too. While James remains in Los Angeles next season, he was given this decision ends months of speculation about what sort of contract he would return to return to the Lakers on. Quote, LeBron wants to compete for a championship. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future. We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career, and he wants to make every season that he has left count, blah, 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 bling, 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 bling. Let's go back.
Wow.
What do you hear when you hear just these next sentences? LeBron wants to compete for a championship. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. Let's stop there. He knows the Lakers are building for the future.
Getting young talent.
What do you
may
think
not agree with?
LeBron James is saying there?
That there might be some young players, and instead of them getting these young assets and building for the future, he's looking for a place to where he wants veterans that are designed and brought in to win now, not just 3 years from now.
Well, that might be, but you guys just percolate on that for a second, because I think this is going to blow your minds what I feel like he's saying here.
Okay.
He understands, he knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but now let's stop there for a second. When he says the word but or however, he values a realistic chance of winning it all.
Now.
He understands the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future. We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this time in his life. He wants to make every season he has left count. Wow. Now, this all started the other day. I was reading this and my mouth fell open because I was like, LeBron has just announced two things, in my opinion.
Yep.
Number one, he knows he's no longer the leader of this team, that it's Luka Doncic.
Yep.
That Luka now, it's his team.
Yep.
He's no longer, and remember, I'm doing this because I got that I got that text from Quiet Cannon about, do you think LeBron's going to allow DA to come? It ain't up to him anymore, and he understands that. He also has revealed in this that I don't think by the end of this season, LeBron James will be on the Lakers. Wow. And if he is, he's going to play at least one more season with a contender.
Mm.
Now, I want to say, I feel like LeBron James is still one of the best basketball players on the planet, bar none.
Yep.
I want to say, even at what is he going to be, 41?
Yeah. Yeah.
He could lead any team. He still has the power to lead any team, to make it better and lead any team he wants to.
Yep.
Invest in to the championship. But it sounds like to me in this statement right here, we understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future.
Mm-hmm.
We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron. I think he doesn't want to go invest more time in a team. He wants to go win a championship, even though just the other day he said it's not about chasing rings. In this short paragraph here,
yeah,
he's saying, I want to chase one more championship before I call it a day.
Man,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just an old man who's reading into this, but it seems like to me he has anointed Luka Doncic to take over the keys to the Lakers. He understands it's no longer his team. He understands that they are building for the future and that there's not much time left for LeBron. This will be the last year in a Lakers uniform, if he even stays the entire year.
Right. Man. So you got to think. So based off what we saw, what we just read, it's one thing is clear, that he doesn't align with the Lakers building for the future and getting all these young guys, which makes you think, and Rich Paul saying, wanting to make the best decision for him, even though he opted in, which is interesting. That's probably for a financial reason more than anything.
I think he wants to stay in LA. Maybe he goes to the Clippers.
Yeah, maybe he does. Well, I have the odds here, and this is interesting because Fox Bet put out some odds for where LeBron's going to play next season. The Lakers are still the overwhelming favorite at -1,000, which, I mean, that's very big odds, but it's not -10,000. It's not -100,000. There's still a 10, doing the math, there's a 90% chance Fox Bet thinks the Lakers are going to play with having LeBron James this season. The Mavericks, that was the first team I thought of. First team I thought of was the Dallas Mavericks. Them having Anthony Davis, maybe he didn't agree with them acquiring Anthony Davis or them getting rid of Anthony Davis. I don't know. Just a thought. Kyrie Irving, his lifelong running mate in Cleveland, who he won a championship with.
Sure. He's going to be out this season. He's going to come back next.
That's a possibility. Right. That's a possibility. The Cavaliers at +1,000, his hometown team. They were just the 1 seed in the East. The only reason they lost, you could argue, is because of a bunch of injuries. Garland getting hurt, Hunter getting hurt. Those guys will be back healthy. Atkinson's a heck of a coach. Golden State's an X factor, though, because of that Olympic connection that he has with Steve Kerr, with Steph as well being there, Draymond, who he's very, very, very close friends with, not too far away from home there in LA. Golden State, I feel like, has a chance. The Celtics are another team, because Boston, we talked about, hey, them getting rid of Drew Holiday to Portland, them getting rid of Porzingis. We talked about, hey, what if they're trying to do something big here? What if Boston, because they just dumped Porzingis. The trade didn't make sense to me at the time. What if they have something planned here? Really something far up the tail. That's a possibility. So what we have learned here is LeBron doesn't agree with some things happening with the Lakers.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I don't think he feels like it's his team anymore.
Right. And he doesn't seem to be frustrated with that. It's not like he's making a dramatical statement. It's just, we're evaluating some things. We're rethinking some things.
Well, last season, he offered a substantial pay cut. Well, if you can call $15 million on top of, what is it, 54 he was making?
Yeah. It's a lot.
$15 million. I mean, okay, it's a lot, but is it a substantial pay cut? But if you want to go ahead and LeBronify it, it's a substantial pay cut to help the Lakers add talent in the offseason this season. They attempted to land Klay Thompson. They lost out on Klay Thompson. They tried to make a couple of other moves that didn't work.
Yeah.
They ended up not making the moves that they needed to.
Yeah.
And so they had to play a whole season without a talented big man. So that would answer your question right there, Quiet Cannon. No, I don't think DeAndre Ayton goes to the Lakers, as much as I would love for it to happen. I think that it's up to Luka now, who he wants to be his running mate in LA. And do you blame them? They've had LeBron for several years. They've won championships with them.
Yeah.
And now they've got is he 27? Luka Doncic?
Yeah. He's not even that old. He's probably like 25.
There you go. 25-year-old Luka Doncic, one of the best to play the game
26,
today.
26.
26 years old.
Yeah.
And he's on your team now.
Yeah.
And you have to build a team around Luka. You can't build a team around LeBron to have him walk off. I mean, it makes perfect business sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you build a team around LeBron? Hey, LeBron, if you're not happy here, you know what? Let's see what we can do.
But in LeBron's shoes, finances are not a concern.
No,
to say the least. And so he's probably in a position to where he doesn't mind taking a massive pay cut to go win a championship. So if who knows, a year from now, maybe that changes. But
I don't know, because SGA just got the highest contract in the NBA, in the history of the NBA. Before that, who was the guy?
Embiid.
It was LeBron. It was Embiid,
or was it Embiid?
I thought it was LeBron.
Embiid. LeBron for a while.
Well,
I remember Embiid getting
maybe if he wants one more contract.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm that's a speculation, but when I read that paragraph,
yep,
it told to Sham Sharania. No, I'm sorry, it was Sam Quinn.
Oh.
I mean, to me, it speaks volumes that LeBron understands where he's at. It don't look to me for leadership. I'm going to play ball and collect my check. And next year, I'm probably going to play one more year. And I want to go to a team that I can win another ring. I don't care what he says in social media or anywhere else. He wants another ring.
He could win one with the Lakers, though, easily. Like, this team can go out and they can do it. They just need one defensive big man. That's it. They just need somebody who can guard the paint and somebody who can just make it harder for some people to score, and an interior presence as well. They're like there's the category of the NBA teams, right, where it's like, you are here, championship contenders. And then you have the next category, the one piece away category. I'd put the Nuggets in there. I'd put the Lakers in there. I'd put the Clippers in there. The Lakers are well in that category to where you just need one piece. You don't need anything crazy. You're not the Bucks here looking for a second superstar. You need one solid player who can serve a major role and purpose. And the Lakers happens to be protecting. They're in that tier. So I think they can with LeBron. There's a reason he opted in. But he might be this might be a leverage to question the front office of the Lakers of some things.
I think it is. I think because he just kind of gave like a little left-handed slap at him.
Right.
Last year I gave you the chance to build a championship team and let me go out with a championship this year.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't take the offer I was willing to give. Now I'm not going to give you that offer. I'm going to take every penny of it, and it's going to cause you problems getting somebody, a big man in here that can help this team be a significant championship franchise.
Yeah.
Let's go to the text line real quick. Random texter says, LeBron is contradicting himself. If he understands that they want to build for the future, he would have took less money than the $54 million to allow them to do so. He did that last season. Before he opted in last season, he said, I'll do it for $15 million less. He took the the option, took the $15 million less, and they didn't do it. And he played last year, and I think, quite frankly, I think he finally just had enough.
Yeah.
Especially when they brought in Luka Doncic, I think he could read the tea leaves, if you will.
The tea leaves.
Yeah, they spill the tea leaves out here. Oh, let me tell you your fortune. Ooh, this is saying Luka is going to be the future face of the Lakers, not you, LeBron.
Is that what they said?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how that works?
I see what
It's kind
you're
of like the you throwing the salt over your shoulder or whatever, throwing dirt on the table, scribbling it around, and LeBron will not be here after this season. He'll be somewhere else, contender. Ooh.
Yeah. It makes you think, Randy.
Yeah, I think
really
it does. Made me think.
It made me.
Big
yeah.
George on the text line says, LeBron is saying that he wants to be traded from the Lakers to the Suns, Randy. Is that what you're insinuating? Yes, make it happen. No.
Yeah, who would the Suns give up?
No.
Big George.
No.
Great lawyer. But as a GM, he'd be a pretty crazy GM. I mean, the amount of firings.
Oh my God.
That would happen.
George Steinbrenner would look like Mickey Mouse next to George.
People are getting fired every day. They're the shortest tenured coaches, managers. I think Torrey would have lasted probably 5 minutes.
Maybe
even.
Maybe 2 innings.
Maybe 2 innings.
Baker's Cocky Hen says we need LeBron and Giannis to team up and become LeBronis. No.
That would be a really interesting play style there, because LeBron's a real slasher. So is Giannis. That paint might get a little clogged.
I don't know that LeBron likes the dairy products.
What makes you say that?
Well, he spends, millions of dollars on his body.
Oh, right. Dairy products are so good, though, Randy.
I know they're good.
I mean,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, it doesn't get any better than I've been thinking of a milkshake a lot. It doesn't get any better than that.
Smarty Pants says, I guess it's Sonic. Between 5 and 7, you can get a discounted milkshake.
Can you really?
I just saw it on TV.
Oh,
somebody in the fourth dimension is going to have to help out. Smarty Pants says, I also think the more we talk about it, Golden State doesn't seem like a reach as initially thought. Well, tell you what, we're up against a break. Let's take the break. Triple H is going to wow you and amaze you with his NBA analysis, and I'm going to read texts. It's the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
Miss any part of the Daily Blender? Download the free podcast at 1580thefanatic.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful VC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. 2024 Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail price. Manufacturer's suggested retail price excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
My name is Mary Grace. Early diagnosis is key, but make no mistake, it is a devastating disease.
For more information, contact us at alz.org or through the 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
It's the bone-crushing hits. The searing sounds of training camp.
Come on, knock their ass back! All gas, no brakes. Let's go!
Soon, the new recruits will show up for minicamp. And then, it's down to business in training camp. When it comes to the NFL, we talk about it. We're 1580 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for the NFL.
It is the Daily Blender on 1580, The Fanatic, here as we are moving along to 6 o'clock tonight. 108 degrees currently in the outsides, and there is a bad air warning. I don't know what you call it. It very voraciously bad. Bad.
We're getting a Randy White weather report.
No,
right
this is
now.
sort of like a miniature.
Oh, just a mini one.
Yeah, just a mini thing. Yeah. I can't do the whole thing today.
I'll tell you, yesterday I went in my car and it was the hottest temperature
Oh, no kidding.
I have ever seen in my life. I'm not kidding you. Like, ever seen in my life. I have not seen it hotter anywhere, man. It was 112 freaking degrees.
Oh, I bet.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
How do you guys, I mean, I've done it now. This is my second summer in Arizona. How have you done it for 60 however many years?
Well,
I don't get it.
You stay inside, you keep the air down, and you dress in a very scantily clad clothing.
Yeah.
Usually you're going commando because it's so nice.
Oh, yeah.
And, when it's 108 and it starts to get sticky like this, it's no está bien. Humidity at 14%, but listen, tomorrow, Wednesday through the weekend, they got a big storm down there in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, okay.
They got a big storm happening down there.
Keep talking.
It's I think it's Hurricane Mindy or something. I don't know what the name is. But there's a hurricane down there.
Okay.
Hurricane Ryan or something.
Okay.
Anyway, it's headed north, and it looks like it's going to hit the peninsula of Mexico, which is going to it's going to spin it off towards the east. But there's a lot of talk on Wednesday and Thursday amongst us meteorologists, which I am one.
Very connected. Very connected indeed.
There's a lot of talk about Phoenix area getting some precipitation.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The temperature on Wednesday, 101. Thursday, now don't get excited, okay?
Okay.
97.
I'm trying not to get excited.
Right now, the overnight lows are getting down to the mid-80s, 77 tomorrow night.
That's low.
Friday night into Saturday, 79 degrees.
Wait, in the day or in the night?
in the evening.
Oh, in the evening.
Overnight lows.
Still, that's good.
You got to listen when I say overnight lows. What does that mean to you?
Overnight lows. Well, I thought you had shifted, is what I was saying. Friday and Saturday, I thought you were shifting in the day, but I recall, I follow.
See, now Wednesday, there's some clouds gathering in the morning and in the afternoon. I'm just saying.
Man, would I love some rain?
I don't want to throw it out there, but there is an air quality alert, which, as you can tell, I'm one of the sensitive groups because I'm old.
Yes. So there's an air quality alert, is what you're saying, and obviously, as you can see, it's affecting Randy right now.
Oh, well, the air quality, there's a lot of stuff in the air, blowing dust and particulates and all of that stuff.
Oh, you can see it's affecting you.
Big George, a.k.a. George Steinbrenner II, says we can give Bradley Beal to the Lakers. That'd be an amazing trade for the Suns. What do you mean? What is this give word you mean?
So what would we get for Bradley Beal? What would the
Mhm.
Lakers get?
See? What would we get from the Lakers?
Big George, I wonder what is he thinking there? What would the Lakers do?
I don't know. Random texter says if Big George was like George Steinbrenner, he'd fire everybody, but then bring them back like a season or two later and let them do what they were doing before. Steinbrenner did that, but then he would fire him again.
And again and again and again. And Big George would be, imagine that on steroids.
Hmm.
That would be Big George.
Okay. Let's leave the. Oh, by the way, who is this EuroLeaguer MVP, Nigel Hayes?
Oh,
that's coming to the Phoenix Suns. Apparently, you put this on the document. Now tell us all about it.
Yeah, so the EuroLeague MVP is actually like, you got to be really good to be a EuroLeague MVP. In the past, Luka Doncic was a EuroLeague MVP. He goes to the NBA, averages 20 points a game his rookie year. So he was instantly. EuroLeague MVPs are usually good enough to be at least rotational players on championship-winning teams, starters on average teams. So the Suns getting Nigel Hayes, who, I don't know if you remember that Wisconsin championship team that beat Kentucky. Remember that undefeated team? It was like 10 years ago, 2015. He was on that team. And so he was really, really good for them. He's been balling in the EuroLeague, shooting like 40% from 3, 50 from 2. He's big. He moves well. Like he's great for the Suns. Like he might be a starter for the Suns. So yeah, the Suns added Nigel Hayes, MVP of the EuroLeague. Also, other EuroLeague MVPs, Nikola Mirotic, who was a starter for the Bulls for a while when they were really competitive. Ricky Rubio was a EuroLeague MVP for a while.
He's a former Sun.
Pau Gasol, I think, and Marc Gasol were both EuroLeague MVPs for a while.
Do those guys know they have the same last name?
I know, right? What a crazy coincidence. Not insane. And for the same country, too.
Wow.
And they're both 7 feet.
What a small world.
A small world, right? Small world. So, safe to say, the Suns got a great addition here in Nigel Hayes, and he should be playing instantly. He'll be a rotational player at the very least.
I see that he went to Wisconsin. I heard you say that.
Yes. Thank you.
Does he know the Wisconsin fight song?
I don't know.
Can he see it? Sing it?
I don't know. You think he could? You think we could have him on maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. But why? This link that you put in here.
Yep.
Why did you put this in here? This it showed up for a second.
Uh-oh. What happened to it? Is it gone?
Yeah, now I'm on to something. Televangelist Jimmy Swaggart, whose ministry was toppled by prostitution, dies at 90. I don't know how he got into that story. All I did was hit the link that Triple H provided me. I'm going to get out of here. Jeez, I don't ever want to go back to that. Not ever.
That was a minor stuff back there.
All right, let's talk. All right, we haven't talked a lot of NFL. Let's just do it real fast. And I have a discussion that somebody from Tennessee started. Okay.
Okay.
And I thought you would like this, but anyway, the Steelers have been busy, and the Dolphins have been busy apparently. And here's why: the Steelers and Dolphins traded players. I mean, just this past week. Who got the best part of this? Dolphins received Minkah Fitzpatrick. Jalen Ramsey is traded to the Steelers. Who got the best of this deal?
I mean, the Steelers getting Ramsey's huge because Jalen Ramsey's one of the best corners in the league. He's just been looking for a spot to where he thinks he can win now, which is interesting that it is Pittsburgh. But, I mean, hey, they have Aaron Rodgers. So, nonetheless, the Steelers won this trade for sure. But
well,
John,
I'm sorry. I was just going to say the Steelers got Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and 2027 7th-round pick. Dolphins get Minkah Fitzpatrick and a 2027 5th-round pick.
Yeah, Minka's a darn good player too. I mean, it's just two guys that can help teams win now that wanted out of situations that they didn't want to be in.
Does this
And
help
that's
the
it.
Steelers win the Super Bowl?
Well, win a Super Bowl, I think, might be a stretch for that team, but
okay. Yeah.
does it technically help their chances? Yes. Let me put it this way. It helps their chances at a playoff push.
All
A
right.
lot.
All
Yeah.
right. Meanwhile, Darren Waller has come out of retirement. Darren Waller, according to my understanding, used to be on the Giants.
Yes. Yes, he did.
And they're going to trade him to the Fish.
Yeah.
To Fish Tank's beloved
His friends.
teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
His friends. Yep.
Okay. I don't know when the last time Darren. I can't find the story. I thought I put it on the document here, but clearly it was erased.
Oh, did you?
I think Triple H did it when he was fooling around with my document.
Yeah, and I
here.
replaced it with the link of that. Is
Yeah, that Jimmy Swaggart 90, whose ministry was toppled by prostitution,
right?
dies.
That is
Yeah.
terrible. I don't want to think about it. That's horrible.
So the Giants are trading away what's his name again? Darnell Sweet. What was his name? Darren Waller. Yeah.
Darren Waller. Yeah.
To
Who
the
retired.
Fish. Yes.
Yeah.
Does that tell you something about the New York Giants, that a guy that was relatively young saw his retirement, he retired from the Giants, and then when his agent came to him and said, "Hey, the Fish want you," oh hell's bells! I need to unretire immediately and leave them Giants them Giants. They can't have me anymore. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that is really telling. It's really telling about the New York Giants. Are you kidding? That someone would rather not play football under contract than play? Oh my goodness. And then the moment, because that's evidently answered, because the moment he went to Miami, well, all of a sudden, hey, I'm good to play football again. I'm ready to go
I feel
out there.
good.
I
Yeah.
feel good, man. You know,
all
I've
my
been-
injuries are healed up.
Been working out. Oh, I mean, I just had all
I
this
need to
fresh
go,
time to
man.
relax. And at the Giants, it wasn't the case. I mean, man, the Giants have whiffed on some free agency additions. Kenny Golladay, remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Have they whiffed on this quarterback? Oh golly, what's his name? Jackson Dart.
Oh man.
Have they whiffed on him? Because that latest report, although Russell Wilson will probably get the start at number 1 this year, Jackson Dart is being vocal. He's running the offense. He's getting some number 1 snaps, with the number 1s. He's won over the locker room. He's one of the guys. He sits around. He hangs out with the dudes. He feels very comfortable. He's fit in well with the New York Football Giants. Have they whiffed on Jackson Dart?
Oh,
Do you
no.
think this kid, the 2025 first rounder, is going to be their savior?
Oh no, I think Dart is the truth, man. I mean, I loved him at Ole Miss. If he could learn how to slide, Jackson Dart would have been looked at.
Yeah.
Clip this, man. If Jackson Dart would have known how to slide,
Yeah.
Jackson Dart would have been a top 10 pick in the NFL draft.
What do you mean by if he would learn how to slide? What does he do?
There were plays at Ole Miss, man, where he would just rummage his shoulder into
Wow.
guys to get extra yards. I mean, he plays like his hair's on fire, and you got to respect the toughness. But at the same time, it's like, dang, like you gotta slide in a couple of those things. You got a career to preserve, man. And so I'm sure Dable is absolutely in his ear about that for sure. But Dart had the best numbers of any quarterback in college. A lot of it is stigma. A lot of it's people saying, oh, but Kiffin runs such an RPO-driven offense, and it's one read type stuff. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. There's a lot of complex stuff that Ole Miss does, man. And Jackson Dart was phenomenal at it. Broke Eli Manning's passing records. So, Randy, I think they made a good decision on Jackson
Good.
Dart.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm sorry. Rocky Mountain High on the text line. Dude, you're killing me. Rocky Mountain High says, oh, no, not Jimmy Swaggart. That guy had some swagger with the ladies. Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, Moist One answers my question, saying Steelers got rid of a diva in George Pickens and then brings in Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, and Jalen Ramsey. Totally not divas, right? Quiet Cannon says Bronny has doubled his points per game average up to 4. Phoenix Suns should be looking at him. Hamilton Porter says Jimmy Swaggart apparently was a badass at Wisconsin. Or were you talking about the player that Triple H was talking about? Because when I clicked the link, it went to the Jimmy Swaggart prostitution sting. Are you talking about Swaggart? He was a badass with the ladies at Wisconsin, right? Am I right?
I guess. I mean,
Flogging Logger says 1982 American Legion state champs Bob's Sporting Goods batting practice at Washington High School, 4 p.m. twice weekly on the surface of the sun. Got to be tough to live in the Southwest. Yes, you do, Flogging Logger. And as a matter of fact, I didn't play on that team, but I knew of that team. I played with L.L. Smiths, but it was before the 82 season. Big George says we would get LeBron James for Bradley Beal and maybe a second-round pick. A win-win situation. Thank you, GM. Rough Rob says Beal would be street clothes part 2. Hasn't he already been? Baker's Cocky Hen says a pinch of real salt in the water helps a lot with hydration. And Silver Pops gets the last text before we go to break. He says, I was under the impression there would be NFL talk. Instead, getting ESPN-like coverage of LeBron and the Lakers. What's next, guys? And when and if you talk about the NFL, will it just be Cowboys coverage? Silver Pops, haven't you already heard? We've talked about the Giants. We talked about Jackson Dart. We talked about the Dolphins and the Steelers. This is not ESPN, my friend, but thank you for listening. When we come back, it's a CBA for college athletes. Let's talk about it with Triple H. It's right around the corner here on the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
Listen to our live stream on your phone at 1580thefanatic.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
First episode psychosis is no joke. And neither is getting help as soon as symptoms show up. Early treatment gives you a better chance at feeling like yourself again. If you're showing signs, like having hallucinations or trouble thinking clearly, don't wait. Counseling, medication, and support from loved ones can slow down the effects of psychosis before it's too late. Speak with your doctor today and visit learnmorefep.org. Sponsored by MadForce, working to build healthier communities.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
1580, The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender. We are 17 minutes away from paradise. I'm sorry, 6. When we must leave you until tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Same bad time, same bad channel. EA Sports sent out a cryptic tweet.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, I am bothered by it being it's the platform, as I understand it, is supposed to be X. Is that correct?
That is correct, Randy.
Then instead of tweets, which it was known as tweets for a millennia or two, before what's his name? Forrest
Elon Musk.
That's it. That's who I said.
Yep.
He bought it, fired everybody, and changed it to X.
Yeah.
Shouldn't these then be something cool instead of a tweet?
Yeah.
Like we're sending out I don't know.
I don't get in the hoopla of all that,
These are things that keep me awake at night.
Are they really?
Why does X have tweets?
Really? This keeps
I've
you up
never
at night,
seen
Randy.
oh my God, yes. You would not, from the mind of a sick man, you would not understand. Triple H, it would scare you. I don't want to do that to you. Anyway, EA Sports delighted video games fans yesterday.
Yeah.
With the release of College Football 25. I'm sorry, last July with College Football 25. I know you're not a big gamer, but this is sort of a transition
This is an
story.
exception. Yeah, this is an exception.
And now the company might try to recapture the magic with the return of another beloved sports franchise. EA Sports sent out a cryptic. I just can't say it.
A cryptic what, Randy? A cryptic what?
Cryptic. I don't know. Fourth Dimension, help me out here. It can't be tweet anymore. It just
PSA.
can't. It's got to change.
A PSA.
It was some sort of an announcement on X.
Yep.
EA Sports sent out a message on X teasing the return of its college basketball video game franchise.
Yeah. Here
is that message on X. You see how I'm getting around it?
Oh, I see it.
That's 40 plus years in radio right there.
Right. This guy's a pro. I'm taking notes here. Get my notepad out. Taking notes. Okay.
Bring the madness, period. Let's run it back. Hashtag CBB. Hashtag it's in the game.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Now, there was no confirmation that the series known as EA Sports NCAA Basketball would return, but it seems pretty likely. Why else would the company put out a message on X about a long discontinued game series?
Wow.
Did that just get you going right there?
Randy, I remember being a 9-year-old kid
and
begging my mom to take me to Best Buy when
kidding.
NCAA Basketball 10 came out with Blake Griffin on the cover.
No kidding.
Yep. And
now look how Blake Griffin is, how
Isn't that
far
ironic?
he's come.
Right?
He's doing a Stooges commercial. No, what the hell? Target. No.
Target?
Purple. What is it? Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I actually don't know what he's doing. Oh, I think he's working for Amazon. He's going to
No,
call
he's-
those.
he-
He's
no,
calling
doing-
those games.
Oh, well, he might be doing that, but he's working for he's doing commercials for some Amazon like business.
Also, when I say he's working for Amazon, that could mean a lot. different
Yeah.
things. But
Oh, yeah, he's a driver.
He's a driver. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, begging your mom to take you to Best Buy. By the way,
Begging
your
my
mom, your mom sounds very sweet. Why didn't she take you?
So she did. And she bought the game, and that was my most played childhood game.
No
Was
kidding.
NCAA Basketball 10. The cool
Well,
part about it was
mhm.
it had the legitimate presentation. It had the
Mhm.
actual CBS scoreboard that we saw, and
You
the
could have-
actual ESPN
well, hello,
had both.
friends.
Yeah, except it was they had Brad Nessler on the call at the time, and who was the they had Dick Vitale on it, and I think it was Dan Schulman. So that was what
Dan Schulman was
Dan
on the call?
Schulman. Dan Schulman, yeah, he calls college basketball games.
I just watched him just not even 3 hours ago before I went on the air.
Yeah.
Watching the Yankees and the Blue Jays play, by the way. Blue Jays just simply they snapped the spinal cord of the Yankees today.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that poor
Anyway.
spinal cord.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, this game, man, was my favorite childhood game. I played as John Shire like all the time, which is also ironic because he's the coach at Duke. And this is huge for college hoops fans because college football's gotten a lot of the, the we want the game back, we want this, we want that. And the college football crowd, which I'm a part of, is so massive, and I get it. But the college hoops crowd has kind of gone undershadowed in this whole NIL process and all of this happening. Man, it's like, yeah, we want our game back too. This was a huge, huge game. People played it all the time. People bought it all the time. It was famous, and it was just a good game. And yeah, this is a major win. A major win.
All right.
And they're going to
Well,
add the women's players in it too, I think.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I don't know how you know this stuff. You're an insider, I guess.
Yeah. If EA comes out with a tweet like that, embrace the madness, they're doing it. It's just a matter of when.
All right, let's talk about this for a second. While we
do it.
still have time, we
Let's
only
do it.
have a few moments to talk about this.
Yep.
I might save this until tomorrow, though,
Okay.
because I want to talk about this more because this is intriguing to me.
Okay, we can talk about it tomorrow if you want.
I'm going to save that for tomorrow.
Okay, let's do it.
And now, what is your take here? Apparently, the Big 12 is getting rid of its football preseason poll. Tell me more.
Oh yeah, it's a little thing. So the Big 12's preseason poll last year was so horrifically bad. Like Oklahoma State and Utah were the preseason rated 1 and 2 in the Big 12 preseason poll. Arizona State was picked dead last. Arizona State finished first in the league. Oklahoma State and Utah finished 14th and 15th. So the poll, or 15th and 16th. So the poll was so unbelievably bad that they're like, we got to get rid of this. We got to get rid of this. But am I for it? I like preseason polls, and most people get annoyed by them, but I think it's cool that it gives the media a voice. It rallies a bunch of people together, creates a bunch of talking points, intriguing discussion. I think there's something fun with that. A lot of people are against that, but man,
Of course they did, since ASU dominated Pac-12, or I'm sorry, Big 12 play. Of course they want to get rid of it because they don't want to announce about ASU being the Big 12 champions in their first year, by the way.
Oh, first year, Randy. First year. But anyway, I will say, if there's anyone that shouldn't have a preseason poll for its league, it's the Big 12. That league is take this of an average league from the best to the worst team and just cram it together. That's the Big 12.
All right. Well, there's your take. We're gonna save the other thing for tomorrow.
Okay.
I've decided. Flog and Logger says we speak the same language, Randy. Thank you.
Yep.
I believe we do. But you got to be our age, though. Baker's Cocky Hen says George Pickens is softer than a stick of butter on the porch.
All right.
Oh, right now. The other guys are divas that give up their bodies to win. Steelers will put up with that. They won't put up with soft little babies coming from Browns fans.
I don't know what he's talking about. What is he talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Wilbur says, every time I hear Harris talking about the SEC, all I hear is blah, 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 Ralph, and the Lakers and Dodgers suck, blah, 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 SEC sucks.
I haven't
Mr.
said a
Mr.
word
Wilbur.
about the SEC.
Mr. Wilbur.
Mr. Wilbur, man. So Randy, have I said a single word about the
Nothing.
SEC?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But we
It
bet-
hasn't
we-
even been brought up.
But we better get this done here, or else Big George is going to fire us.
Yep.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for that daily routine on this date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 2011, the New York Mets paid the first installment of the remaining contract money left to Bobby Bonilla in the form of a $1,193,248.20 installment. And they will do so until every July 1st through 2035. That's when the former player turns 72.
Wow. 2035.
Yeah.
That's insane.
The Mets made this dumbfounded move because the team believed significant funds would be available in the future due to their investments with Bernie Madoff, investments that actually turned out to be a Ponzi scheme. Happy July 1st, Mets, a.k.a. Bobby Bonilla Day.
This is going to be the Dodgers in like 80 years.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I
this
mean,
will be
Bobby
them in like 80 years.
Bonilla, he's making money and he's laughing. Meanwhile, the Mets, they lost all that money. All right.
The Mets.
Well, Taco Tuesday. What are we looking at tonight on the menu? We have an American tacos. We got to have American tacos.
I mean, you gotta have crunchy or soft, Randy.
I'm a crunchy taco guy. I am a crunchy taco guy.
I really like both. Like, there's really I can't choose one.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's crunchy one day and it's soft the next day. I can't decide.
Let's see here. Where am I? Let's go down here.
That's a good
Somebody
question.
was at. Somebody was sending me something about tacos here just a minute ago.
Oh.
But I can't find it now. That's too bad.
Oh,
I looked at it. I saw it. Let's see. Rocky Mountain High says Blake Griffin's is pretty funny with Kelly Clarkson in those Wayfair commercials.
Blake Griffin's funny. Like, he's a legit funny guy.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I know we're shifting gears. I still can't get over the fact that Mr. Wilbur criticized me for talking about the SEC when I legit didn't even say a single word about the SEC.
Hamilton Porter says, how many teams will Max Scherzer be collecting for the next 10 years?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you're right.
Nationals.
Let's see. Moist One says,
Mets. Definitely.
I
Mets.
remember Kevin Love on one of those covers. Bill Rafferty.
Yeah.
Harris likes preseason polls.
Who said that?
That was Moist One.
Kevin Love was on, I think it was 09 when he was on there. And it was, good memory, Moist One. Good memory. That game.
How
was
many
so fun.
how many players on the Dodgers
Oh my gosh.
are deferring their contracts? We know Shohei is.
Shohei's getting Yamamoto and Shohei.
Oh, he's deferring too?
I think so, because
Oh,
I think they're doing
boy.
it. They're doing it with a lot of players. Which this is a
Wow.
conversation we could have tomorrow if
Yeah.
that should be legal or not.
Yeah.
Because I have some uneasiness around that. I don't know if that should be legal. Just front loading or back loading these contracts.
Well,
it
I mean,
doesn't seem fair.
The Brownies did it with Deshaun Watson.
Oh, and that worked out.
Oh, by the way, Deshaun Watson is taking Shedeur Sanders under his wing. My goodness.
Oh man.
And it just gets better in Cleveland.
Oh, it just can't get any better.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Daily Blender on this Tuesday. Everybody be safe and get home safely. Have a nice cold one on Triple H and myself.
Oh, yeah.
Until tomorrow at 3 o'clock, same bad time, same bad channel for Triple H. This is Randy White saying farewell, my friends, and be cool.
Oh,
Stay in school.
Good advice, Randy.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 27th through July 7th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See